Donald Trump is being advised by Fox News to go to war with Iran, and he's listening. Fox News has been pushing for a war against Iran for decades. Now they're in full-fledged overdrive mode, not only to win over the American people, but to persuade the President of the United States.
The greater risk would be to do nothing in the face of a clear and present danger. The world cannot experience another Holocaust.
What happened to World War III? There is no World War III. They all sound like a bunch of Marxist Islamists.
I have no idea why MAGA is so surprised that Donald Trump betrayed them. When Donald Trump started out in politics as a Fox News watching boomer who spread birther conspiracies about Barack Obama, these people really believe that Donald Trump was getting their news from independent media. The idea that MAGA was a populist movement was always a joke. The people who had the most influence within MAGA was people like Sean Hannity, Mark Levin, and Laura Loomer. So of course, Donald Trump would take their side when it comes to Iran. These people have been programming him for years. This is exactly why Donald Trump benched Tulsi Gabbard and Pete Hegseth, who is apparently against this war. And now Fox News, who essentially writes the foreign policy of the United States now under Donald Trump, is reporting that Trump is considering dropping a nuke on Iran in order to destroy their nuclear facility.
Everything's on the table, even tactical nukes.
We can't let Iran get a nuclear weapon because they are a crazy country full of radical Islamists. So in response, we're going to nuke them first. Instead of people trying to convince us that the other country is crazy, it's very important to understand that Donald Trump isn't considering waging war against Iran. The decision has already been made. We need a giant anti-war movement in the United States in order to counter these Zionist psychopaths.
So Fox News got the war that they wanted. Fox News got the war that they've been cheerleading for the last, I was about to say week, but I guess decades. I hope MAGA, every single combat age male, you better sign the fuck up right now. MAGA, I hope you're ready to die and fight and die for Israel once again. We're screwed. Like, this is, my mind is still wrapping around the consequences of this. But fuck MAGA influencers for tricking the working class into voting for a criminal neocon. The criminal neocon in Donald Trump, which we all told you guys on RBN was not anti-war. I told idiots that Donald Trump wasn't anti-war for years now. And what happened because of that? I was blacklisted because I didn't pick one of these teams, both of them who are rooting for war. So fuck you, Dave Smith. Fuck you, Ian Carroll. Fuck you, Tucker Carlson. Fuck you, Candace Owens. Fuck every single person who manufactured consent for this scumbag neocon, Donald Trump, who should be impeached. We are in another illegal war because MAGA is filled of idiots. A bunch of white dudes attached to the culture war. People obsess over the trans issue. They obsess over trans people in sports. Now we got a fucking war with Iran, you stupid dipshits. Are you happy? Are you happy that the trans agenda broke your fucking brains to the point that you voted for a psychopath who was always clear about the fact that he wanted to bomb Iran? About a guy who was a clear psychopath, someone who fucking served the Zionist regime. You voted for him. Dave Smith, you did propaganda for him. You want to say you're sorry? You sold out everybody. MAGA, you sold all of us out. There's no sorry. Sign the fuck up and die. Sign the fuck up and die for this war that you fucking enabled. Every single one of you motherfuckers who fucking told people to vote for Donald Trump, the people in the year 2024 was telling people to vote for a neocon party. Yeah, fuck Joe Rogan too. Fuck Joe Rogan. Fuck every single one of his guests. that didn't immediately call him out. There's a reason why you will never see me on Joe Rogan. There's a reason why you only see me on the Hill once. Because I hold these scumbags accountable. Dave Smith terrified of me. Ian Smith terrified of me because I've been calling these motherfuckers out for years. No, this is not going to be one of those streams where I calmly present the news, by the way. This is a breaking live stream. I didn't have any of this planned. This is just my raw emotions, how I'm feeling right now. This is not going to be a normal RBN stream. I'm kind of venting because we're fucked. Because a bunch of white dudes was obsessed over the cultural war. And now we're in a war. Now we're in a war with Iran. This guy married his daughter to Jared Kushner, a Zionist psychopath who fantasized about these wars. But meanwhile, the entirety of the MAGA grifters ignored it while presenting the idea that Trump was anti-war. Fuck you sincerely. Fuck AIPAC sincerely. Fuck Hakeem Jeffrey sincerely. If you don't like fucking me, like getting mad during streams, I'm telling you guys, this is not the one for you. Donald Trump should be fucking impeached. There need to be people in the streets. There need to be mass protests. I want to see AIPAC vandalized. Why isn't AIPAC burning to the ground? AIPAC fucking corrupted our society and led us to never-ending war. So Dave Smith, no more Comedy Store for you, dipshit. Better see you enlist. This is what you guys enabled. We once again now have to rely on Iran to show restraint. Because what did Iran warn about? What did Iran warn about? Iran said if you guys strike for dough, we will target United States bases, which Iran could easily do for any of the United States bases in the region. So now the United States is putting Iran in a position where they have to back down or we have global war. The same thing with China and Taiwan when they warned about Nancy Pelosi going to Taiwan and they did it anyway. The same way with Russia when Russia warned them about having Sweden and Finland join NATO and they did it anyway. And then we have to rely on the people that our ruling class call crazy to de-escalate the situation. Donald Trump and these Zionist psychopaths told us that Iran was a country full of religious psychopaths. But you think this is going to stop them? You think this is going to make them calm down? That's how you know they don't really believe their bullshit. The best case scenario is they expect Iran to back down. But they don't expect that. Donald Trump, no one who's cheered for these bombings think that Iran is going to back down. They did everything they can to push Iran back into a corner. And you can't blame them for retaliating. But there's a good chance that Iran, because they've shown restraint many times before, will again. But we cannot rely on that. So here's the Trump tweet I had on the screen the whole time. Donald Trump bombing Iran is an act of war. Donald Trump bombing Iran without congressional approval is an impeachable offense, at the least. In a just society, this motherfucker would be rotting behind prison. Every single person in the Senate and the Congress, they should be rotting in prison. They committed treason, which is a very harsh offense, the second that they invited Benjamin Netanyahu to the White House and gave him a standing applause. One more thing I'll say before I read this tweet. Shame on every single failure of a journalist who did not see this coming. Every single corporate media journalist who was repeating the bullshit about Donald Trump is considering, Donald Trump is weighing his options. Hey, don't you know Donald Trump put a 2-week notice on? What did I tell you guys at RBN? I told you guys that the decision that Donald Trump made to bomb Iran was made a long time ago. It was clear that decision was made a long time ago. And at this point, why should Iran ever negotiate with these people? They openly admitted about bragging and breaking the codes of diplomacy by saying that they want peace while bombing the other country. So if you're Iran, after hearing Donald Trump say, hey man, I'm gonna wait for 2 weeks until I bomb Iran. Why will you listen to anything the United States say at this point anymore? Why will you agree to any peace talks? You had Donald Trump pull out the Iran deal. Then Joe Biden ran on getting back into the Iran deal, which made Iran relax, and then Biden doubled down and continued Trump's hardline stance on Iran. Then Trump came in and constantly lied about negotiations. If you're Iran or any country in the world for this matter, why will you believe anything that the United States is saying? Well, here's the tweet. We have completed our very successful attacks on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow. You guys understand that according to intelligence officials, according to military analysts, people who specialize in these weapons, which I don't, so I will see what they say on this. You guys, they calculated that even bunker buster bombs won't be able to destroy the facility in Fordow. The reason why the neocon class, despite wanting a war with Iran, always advised against striking Fordow, because Fordow is so deep under the earth, buried in a facility in the earth, we have no bomb that we know can fucking infiltrate it. So the reason why even neocons spoke out against the idea of striking Fordow, because it accomplishes nothing. It accomplishes nothing other than invoking an Iranian response, because Iran said that Fordow is off limits. They said that Fordow is a red line. You guys see how the point of the United States is not to accomplish military objectives? Their point is not to accomplish military objectives. Their point is to create war, to push Iran to the point where they have to retaliate and create a conflict, which is essentially what Israel did. This is an unprovoked war. And I swear to God, I don't give a fuck what anyone say. I hope Iran strikes all the United States bases with maximum impact. Oh, there's no fucking way, bro. X just blocked the Iran official channel. What? I'm gonna fact check that. Iran official Twitter. I don't know which one is the official Twitter account though. Oh, Jesus Christ. Of course, there's like 1,000 fakes I see. Can someone confirm that for me? This is true. More regime change nonsense. Let me continue to tweet. So I'm going to read Donald Trump's tweet. That was my opening monologue full of curses and screams, I guess. But I'm going to read Trump's tweet. Iran said they're going to reply. They said they're gonna respond heavily, bro. We this is a massive stream. We got like 2,600 people watching on X and YouTube right now. Here's some people on X telling me they said they're gonna respond heavily. All right, let me read this tweet and let's see if we can get some more breaking, because it just happened. So here's Donald Trump's tweet. Let me finish it. So he said that we completed our very successful attacks on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. All planes are now outside of Iran's airspace, a full payload of bombs that he capitalized. You guys know he's a neocon because you guys, the capitalization on bombs, they love their bombs. They even have a national anthem celebrating their bombs. Is that the official account? I actually want to see. Let me see. I actually don't know what the official account of Iran is. Obviously, not like something I read often. I'm gonna see official Twitter. Dude, I can't fucking find his account. Dude, there's so many of these people pretending to be. They had these fake. I can't find it right now. But anyway, let me continue. The end of this tweet literally shows how psychotic the West is, and the strategy to lull countries like Iran into never-ending war. And then they convince dumbass Americans that it's Iran's fault for retaliating. Let me continue. I'm going to explain my point. Congratulations to our great American warriors. What warriors? You guys are just bombing them like cowards. Warriors hiding in planes, dropping bombs. Get the fuck out of here. This is the perverse neocon logic. This is what Pete Hegseth and them say. Oh, we warriors because we commit war crimes. We're warriors because we kill children. We warriors because we hide in a stealth pilot, dropping bombs, and we run away. Look, remember, he just said all United States planes are safely on their way home. So these motherfuckers ran to Iran, dropped a bomb, and they ran before they fucking shit their pants. And now they're saying they're warriors? Get the fuck out there. These are not warriors. Which is why we never win a war. Because we don't have a military filled with warriors. We have a military filled with cowards and class traitors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. And look at this. Now is the time for peace. Truly psychopathic behavior. Yeah, it's not down. People should be saying shit. Official exercise is not down yet. Now is the time for peace. So you guys bombed Iran, and now you demand that they make peace? You guys see, this is what they consistently do. And now you're going to have you're going to have a ton of dumb Americans who are going to say, oh my God, why did Iran respond? Iran should have never bombed our base. I'm down for World War III. Yeah, die for Israel. I want to die for Israel too. They should have never responded. That's what all the white Americans going to say. This is what all these fucking scumbags going to say. They say, why Iran should just take the peace deal. Don't you know that Trump said now is the time for peace? Jesus Christ. Let's see some responses to this. Because this tweet obviously is going to be one of the most consequential tweets of our times. I want to see some initial reactions. This is great for Primo Radical. Yeah, this sums up why he's doing this in a nutshell. Elon Musk confirmed that Donald Trump is on the Epstein list. The entire world heard Elon Musk's accusation, and Donald Trump could have easily disproven what Elon Musk said by simply releasing the Epstein files. The fact that he did not release the Epstein files, despite the fact that everyone accuses him of being on the Epstein list, and Donald Trump can easily clear his name, that's how you know that Donald Trump is a child dealer. That's how you know he's just typical Zionist pedo scum, like all the Zionists are. Like every single billionaire, every single member of our ruling class, they are dealers. They are sex criminals who are then blackmailed by Israel forever. So this is not surprising. Let me zoom out a little bit. Where my tweet at? I sent a tweet literally right before I went live. Here our boy Q. Have fun dying for Israel, guys. I guess I should zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see it. Have fun dying for Israel. Being a prostitute for Israel is your legacy now. Jesus Christ, there's so many fucking tweets now. I can't even find mine now. The Hodge twins who follow me for whatever reason, they've been calling out Trump for a while, and now you guys see this is pure. Only thing we can do now is pray for peace. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. You guys have been the biggest Trump dick lickers over the last 9 years. And now the Hodge twins, they're another example when they come like, oh my God, I'm so disappointed in Trump. I can't believe Trump would betray me this way. No, fuck you. Fuck you. You manipulated millions of people to vote for this neocon. And now this guy been tweeting against Trump for the last week. You think that's enough to make up for the fact that you tricked the working class? Oh, Jesus Christ. I need to find my what the fuck is my tweet? Dude, my tweet got buried. All right, here's my tweet. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Bro, I literally just posted this. Already 2,000 likes. Fuck you, treasonous weasel. No more illegal wars. Impeach Trump now. Bro, to highlight how in shambles MAGA is right now and how pissed people are at Donald Trump, I literally sent this tweet out right before I went live and got 2,000 likes in less than 30 minutes. Oh, Jesus Christ, what's popping, Rome? What's good, bro? Make sure you check your audio, brother. You muted.
I was listening. I'm like, God damn, this nigga going off, boy. Hey, rightfully so. Because I ain't gonna say like all these grifters, man. All these grifters trying to act like, well, he's the anti-war candidate and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, we have been calling this out for years now. We have been calling out both sides of the fence for years. And all of you Kamala Harris supporters I know what you're gonna say. If y'all would have just voted for Kamala Harris, no, it don't work like that. They was gonna bomb Iran anyways. It's been in the making since we were children, before we was born, actually, 1990 something. They've been planning on this. They've been wanting war with Iran. And you gotta look at America like a praying mantis with a parasite. Israel is the parasite. But if you take that parasite out of that praying mantis, then the praying mantis dies without it. So you don't have an end of America without an end of Israel. I know, like, you can't have one without the two. It is what it is. But we was gonna do this anyway. So yeah, don't start with that. Camilla would have done this. She wouldn't have done nothing. She would have done what her AIPAC babysitters told her to fucking do, just like everybody else, just like Donald Trump. Everybody thought Donald Trump was cutting their ties with Benjamin Netanyahu. But what is our reason for going into Iran? What do we have to do in there at all? They haven't started any wars with us. They haven't tried to, overthrow our regime. They haven't tried to assassinate our presidents. Why are we over there? All for the benefit of Israel. And all these motherfuckers acting like, oh, well, I just saw the Hodge twins. I just seen that before you put it up. Talking about we can only pray for peace. Nigga, fuck you. Fuck you and your ugly ass twin. Y'all motherfuckers been doing this shit for years, and you can't tell me that you don't see the signs. You can't recognize patterns. These people are beholden to their AIPAC masters. What if you think Kamala Harris is gonna do something different from Donald Trump is gonna do something different from Kamala Harris, then y'all niggas just stupid, and you kind of deserve it. You kind of deserve what's going on, what's happening out there. You guys have been egging this shit on, talk about the anti-war president. There's no such thing as an anti-war president in America, in the history of America, period. Even Jimmy Carter was a goddamn imperialist.
Yep.
So what is y'all talking about? All you motherfuckers, y'all know what y'all did. Y'all played on white people feelings. Y'all played on white people feelings to get y'all motherfucking bag. That's what it was. Y'all played it on white people faces to get y'all fucking bag. And now when the truth when the shit hits the fan, now everybody want to pray for peace. Y'all want to pray for peace now? After all that we done in Gaza, Palestine, we just bombed the shit out of what was that? We just try to overthrow Egypt, Syria. Like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? Y'all motherfuckers just some liars. You lying to your base because they're gullible. They're gullible. Just like liberals are gullible with the Bernie Sanders, AOC. All you motherfuckers are just as gullible on the right.
So what happens when Iran shuts down the Strait of Hormuz? Because they said that if you struck Fordo, they can shut down that strait, destroy trade to Europe. So I'm gonna say this because I was thinking about this as well. This is exactly why we said on RBN that I 100% supported Iran making the bomb.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, the global community needs to learn from the wisdom of the DPRK in North Korea, in the Kim family, who understood that there's no negotiating with the imperialist dogs. There's no filing UN complaints. You should have built the bomb. I'm reporting to FBI.
Yeah,
I love how this stream is John on X.
What the fuck they gonna do? what the fuck they gonna do?
What are you about to say, Ron? I thought that was funny.
No, I agree with that because we see what happens when you don't have an arsenal of weapons that they can't combat, like nuclear weapons, for instance. Like we were just saying this. People saying this conspiracy theory that nuclear bombs not even a real thing and blah blah. Like if nuclear bombs wasn't a real thing, then DPRK would have been overthrown. We would have been had somebody over there calling themselves king or dictator over the people of the DPRK. There's the only reason why they haven't been invaded, and I think Iran should move in that same step. Now I know DPRK said that they're going to back up Iran, and more likely China and Russia is going to back up Iran because they know if they fall, they're going to be next. The same thing. I keep explaining this to people. The same thing. The same reason why China backs up Russia in this war against Ukraine and America and NATO is because they know once they fall, they are next. So it's best to be in lockstep with each other and build those nukes. Now I know people saying that they might have them, they might not. If you got them, let a motherfucker know. Let a nigga know, like, hey, don't come over here with that bullshit. For real.
Yeah. This is a great tweet I seen from my friend Fiorella Isabel. I literally just had her on for my Monday morning show this week. This is a great tweet. I'm trying to bring you guys breaking news and breaking takes. That's what we're gonna do for the rest of the stream. As more information comes in. Breaking, it is very, very gullible to think Iran has no hidden nuclear sites. Let me repeat. It's very gullible to think Iran has no hidden nuclear sites. The 3 nuclear sites, including Fordow, had reportedly been evacuated some time ago. This is exactly what I was just saying. I told you guys that there's not even a tactical benefit towards striking Fordow other than creating war. The same way. Rome, anyone explain to me, why does NATO need Ukraine? Does NATO need Ukraine? There is no reason for Ukraine to join NATO other than provoking war against Russia. The same concept here. You're going to bomb a facility, Rome, and you're going to advertise that you're going to bomb this facility for weeks. You think Iran not going to make no countermeasures like this? So I'm glad I found this tweet. Good tweet from Fiorella, a friend here. The enriched uranium stockpile was moved away from these locations per Iranian sources. Meanwhile, if you look at the entirety of the right, I saw Nancy Mace was congratulating Trump for this, saying he's the most consequential president. All the Republican accounts are now spreading messages of congratulation for the successful attack. Trump is pretending this is a successful attack, but it accomplishes nothing other than provoking war. It's another failure. And once again, I hope Iran fucks the United States bases up. Nick, what about the soldiers? What about them? Fuck them. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck.
You went to go sign up for war because you couldn't afford school. Like, you a fucking sucker.
Yeah, like I give a fuck.
You a fucking sucker.
Do you guys think that people are victims of United States war crimes? Like, I forgive him. I know he just want to go to college for free. I forgive him. I know this guy, he just wanted free healthcare, so it's okay that he committed war crimes in my country. Is that what you guys think other people think about United States soldiers? If you are in a base in the Middle East, come back to the box. As far as I'm concerned, I don't give a fuck. These people are treasonous.
I hope they not only hit their bases in the Middle East, but attack every last base that they have across this fucking world. I mean, every base has to go. Strip America of its power across the globe. Everybody. I mean, they need to start connecting with these countries that's fed up, that don't want these U.S. bases in their shit. They need to give these people the power to do something about it. Give them enough equipment and bombs to get America out of their countries. Like, I want America stripped of all of their power. It makes no sense why we are policing the world and bombing the other half. We're policing the whole world, bombing half of it.
Trump is going. So go ahead, Rome. I was going to see if I can find a Trump live real quick. Because apparently he's supposed to be giving is he supposed to be giving a speech or something? You should, if you're a president, you're dropping bombs. Let me see if I can find something like that.
Without Congress.
Here's a Fox News segment. I might watch this. I might watch this a little bit later because it just came out like 20 minutes ago. So I want to see what they're saying on this. Let's play this clip here. I didn't have my screen up. My bad. I thought I had my screen up the whole time. This is. Let me organize my tabs. You guys know there's no prep. Yeah, Zoya just told me Trump is about to address the nation. Hey, Zoya, send me a link. Zoya's love. Zoya.
Best bombs. It was so beautiful. Nick, you should have been there. You should have seen it. Our warriors, they flew in these stealth jets and they dropped the most precious bombs on the land, and the people all ran and people died, and it was so beautiful. Beautiful.
What the fuck is this address one?
That's all you're gonna say.
Do they still got a White House YouTube account? Is Fox News? Is anyone hosting this? I'm gonna keep an eye out. I'm sure that Fox News will go live. They usually always go live when Trump speaks. I'm gonna watch their channel. Keep my eye. Make sure I don't miss this because we can watch it. This is a very consequential address. Like this is probably the start of World War III. Because Iran. There's a report I saw. I gotta be careful when I say this because I didn't confirm it. I saw a report of how China had a ship that was in the Gulf of the Persian Gulf that was providing intelligence for Iran. That Russia and China was engaging in soft tactics to help Iran. Once again, I gotta be careful with that because I didn't investigate it too much. But I heard it. Like, you guys think Russia and China haven't talked about this by now? You guys think that there hasn't been a plan? If there hasn't, God help their souls. God help their souls that Putin and Xi is really stupid enough not to have a plan about this, which I don't think that's the case. Like, if Putin and Xi didn't plan this, bro, they will go down in history for pure incompetence. I don't believe that's true. We will see what happens. But if Putin and Xi were caught off guard, bro, I never want to hear some shit about them ever again. Like, if you didn't see this coming, bro, like, I already kind of, I understand why Russia let Syria fall because it was bogged down in Ukraine, but you guys know that airspace between Syria, it was crucial for Israel to bomb Iran, for the United States to bomb Iran. Why do you guys think they launched this war against Iran after the Muslim Zionists, led by Jelani in Syria, took power? They waited until after Jelani took power so they can have the Syrian airspace, so they can establish air dominance. For all the dumbasses like Middle Nation and many other people who cheer for the Syrian revolution. You guys saw my interview with Shahid Bolshin. I couldn't believe what I was hearing coming out of my ears. Couldn't believe that any dumb motherfucker would support the Muslim Zionists in Syria that is allowing Israel to bomb Iran, that's stealing Syrian resources. This is what you got. I'm being told it's 10 p.m. Eastern time. Nick, Russia and China and Iran held numerous military exercises together. I think would hope that they had a scenario like this in mind. Yeah, I heard a lot of those reports. There's a security agreement that I covered, but Russia didn't commit to defending Iran if it was attacked by the West. So you guys think the Trump administration and the intelligence community didn't know that? I think that was a tactical blunder. Because if you guys look at the Iran-Russia security agreement, apparently, and I'm going based on what I read, Russia did not promise Iran that they will get into a war if the United States attacked. The United States saw that, they saw that weakness, and they launched an attack on Iran. That was a misstep by Putin, period. Just like Syria was a misstep. But once again, I'm very light. I know a lot of people go hard on Putin because of Syria. Dude, he had a war in Ukraine where he fighting the entirety of NATO. So I don't go that hard on Putin regarding Syria. You know what I mean? But that's just my opinion. Iran asked for that, Nick. That's a bad decision. I'm sorry. I know you guys know I fuck with the resistance. You know what I mean? I fuck with the Ayatollah. You know, I know I'm against these people. But if Iran truly asked for that, that was a giant mistake. Giant mistake as far as I'm concerned. Because that gave the green light, and Ryan agrees here, that gave the green light to the United States to attack Iran. Maybe I'm missing something. My opinion is not any greater than anyone else's. That is what I think. Maybe I'm missing something, but I think they really misstepped. No, Nick, that was Iran screwing up. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I got you guys. I got it. It was a bad decision. I wasn't planning on going live that long, but apparently Trump's gonna be live at 9 p.m. Eastern. Wait, is that what time is it? Is it 10 p.m. Eastern time? But I don't know if I'll be able to cover it. Let me see if I can find some information. Anyway, let's play this clip. I saw this earlier before. I just saw it reposted. I haven't seen any of the Democrats' response to this, but we knew that Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries all for this because AIPAC told them to.
Yeah, I was just about to say there's no reason for anybody, like, we can say, yeah, he should be impeached, but we know he's not because they all agree with this thing. So everybody who's watching, everybody who's going to get out there and go protest, do not be calling for an impeachment. You should be calling for a regime change on your damn country. You should be calling for a regime change because it doesn't matter, who's in that seat. They're all going to do the bidding of AIPAC. They're all going to do the bidding of Israel. So it isn't about who's in the seat at the moment and what he have done with his power and his time that he had. It's about we need a whole new change of power. We need a whole new structure. So don't go half-assed asking for an impeachment from Democrats when they agree with it. All of them agree with it. From Israel getting the Iron Dome, giving them all of these weapons, even signing their fucking bombs. You think that the Democrats who signed bombs and sent trillions of dollars over to Ukraine, to Israel, is going to, like, what the fuck? So no, don't call for an impeachment. Call for a regime change. Like, y'all need to take January 6th to the 1,000th power.
Yeah. This is our good friend, Caitlin Johnstone, who always have banger tweets. This is a great point. I'm going to continue to read some good tweets as I find them. You guys know this is a more chill. This Saturday night, you know what I mean? Live stream. We're going to chill. And we got Zoya's love. We are blessed. We are blessed tonight with the presence of Zoya's love, Zoya's life. I'm going to read this tweet. And Zoya, I don't know if you wanted to respond. I'm going to pass it to you for anything you want to share. I completely reject any narrative about the United States being dragged into Israel's war. Absolutely, Caitlin. Absolutely. I'm mad I didn't make that point in my beginning intro. I was too mad. But that's a great point. I completely reject any narratives about the United States being dragged into Israel's war. Every step of the way, this entire thing has been signed off by U.S. leadership. If the United States goes all in on war with Iran, it will be because Trump and his regime knowingly chose to. So we are blessed by the president. Zoya, do you want to chime in, or do you want to add to this? Are you there, Zoya? Do you want to chime in?
Yes, the madness. First of all, Caitlin is completely right. Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, there's a bit of an echo. I don't know if you're playing audio in the background or something, but I can hear you though.
Yeah, let me change locations real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna look at some. I'm gonna play this while we wait for Zoya. Here's our friend Rathbo, the homie. The U.S. has bombed Iran. We are so cooked. Fuck them. Fuck America. Fuck Israel. You guys see my homie Rathbo is on the same level I'm at right now. Yeah. People like, this nigga Nick mad as hell in the beginning. How are you not mad? Nigga, Iran was always the next big war that everyone in the anti-imperialist left have been warning about. The anti-imperialist left have been warning about this for years, way before the fraudulent, fake right-wing populists pretended to care. So I'm glad that Ratbone is as angry as I am. Look, bro, everyone's mad. Like, even this tweet is doing mad numbers. I literally just tweeted this. I said, fuck MAGA influencers for tricking the working class into voting for this criminal neocon, presenting him as an anti-war. And as I said before, fuck Dave Smith, fuck Ian Carroll, fuck Tucker Carlson. And I would say when people are like, why are you singling these people out? Because these are the only people I know, to be honest. It's not like I got like a fucking long encyclopedia of MAGA influence. So I'm not like picking on these three people. These are like the few people I actually know. You know what I mean? I saw someone in the comments, I couldn't put it. They said, why you always pick on Dave Smith? That's why. I don't know that many MAGA influencers, but the message applies to all of them. You know what I mean? Every single one of them.
Yeah, and let's keep it real. Can you guys hear me well now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So Dave Smith was warned by a lot of informed people, and that's why he gets called out. So was Ian Carroll, and they were all dismissed and played stupid. The case was made for him point by point with receipts, and they were like, well, I think he'll do different this time, and then misled millions of people. But I want to chime in on the Russia point. So Iran and Russia were in the midst of signing multiple agreements, and as far as military backup, it was Iran that declined help from Russia and didn't sign that portion. And since then, Putin has come out and said that Iran hasn't requested any assistance. And technically, by international law, Russia can't join until Iran actually asks for backup, which in Syria, Assad did. He requested backup, and Russia legally backed up Syria. Yeah, so that's an important point. People who are in the West just say, why doesn't Russia, why doesn't China, why doesn't Iran ask for help?
That's a good point.
And another thing which Fiorella kind of touched on when she was on is that there are fissures within Iran itself, including administration, and the president of Iran is a liberal. So he's been trying to play nice with the Arab Zionist states and negotiate. Yeah, so there's a lot of internal points going on here.
Yeah, thank you, Zoya. Thank you, Zoya, and everyone in the comment who mentioned that, because Iran, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. I'm not holier than now. Maybe I'm missing something. I would love for a Iranian strategist to explain to me, but I don't get it. Like, wow, because doesn't that ruin your deterrence? Like, wouldn't the United States be less likely to attack you if you like, hey man, if you guys attack us, we're gonna call in Russia. I'm gonna hit my homie G up. Some of these motherfuckers might say no, but I'm gonna hit everyone up. If they did that, wouldn't they be less likely to be attacked? I don't know. I'm thinking out loud here. You would think, right?
You would think, but we're dealing with psychopaths, bro. Like we think on a rational level. They are psychopaths. They're fucking psychopaths. They have no problem wiping out entire family bloodlines. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to think like, we got to think like them. It doesn't matter who jump in, because they want this world war. And at the end of the empire, they are holding on for the power that they do have across the globe. They're holding on to the little power that they have, and they're going to do whatever it takes to keep that power for the longest possible. This is why they don't want to leave office. They don't have primaries. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's challenging these people. They don't care about that shit, bro. They just want destruction, bodies, blood, and money, oil, control, white supremacy across the globe, full on scale. Like, these people are white supremacists, all of them.
Exactly, Rob. Exactly. And to your point, most people might not know this, but oil is actually extremely abundant. It's more abundant than water. So when you have a high supply of something, it's cheap, right? And the dollar has scrapped a gold standard decades ago, and it's called the petrodollar because the dollar is tied completely to oil. And the way that they maintain this oil dominance is by controlling supply. So every time a country tries to nationalize oil, that's what Iran previously did, and they were attacked and the Shah was installed. And that's what Libya tried to do. That's what Gaddafi was doing, nationalizing oil. So the moment a country nationalizes oil, that's it. They got to stop them because they're going to make the dollar and their hegemony completely collapse. That's why Nord Stream had to be stopped. Russia was supplying cheap energy. And now that they're in so much debt and the empire is crumbling, that's why they don't care. They don't care about collateral damage. They don't care about starting wars. They're going to burn it all down. This is the late stage of capitalism. They're just doing this to maintain their hegemony. And another thing that Richard Medhurst covered a while ago is that China was rebuilding the Silk Road. And the Silk Road was going to pass through where? Syria and Iran. Yeah, so that, and there was major infrastructure already in place, and America completely screwed those plans up. So this is also about delaying multipolarity because they can't really stop it. So they're trying to delay it at all costs, maintaining dominance over oil, and of course just hegemony. I mean, war is profitable for them. People are saying like this is bad for this. No, it's not. They're making money on every bomb. They're making money every step of the way. They bought these stocks, these defense stocks and everything. Look at Congress's record. They bought them and then they bombed people. They all just came up hard. Like, these people are opening champagne bottles and buying yachts.
Zoya, we missed you so much on stream. I miss Zoya being here so much. Thank God you guys joined me. I'm so glad you guys joined me tonight. Thank you, Roman Zoya.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna read some super.
I'm playing Red Dead Redemption. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, I was chilling. I got the notification. Like, bro, I'm going live right now. I don't give a fuck. Because I had that's how mad I was. That I swear to God, I had no script. Like, nigga, I just went live randomly. I had no script. That was just my reaction. I'm literally freaking out. Like, bro, what? But I'm gonna read some super. I'm gonna pause here because I was digging for receipts. That's why I'm glad you guys joined, because it helped me find some stuff while you guys are talking. So I saw a statement from Rokana. Bernie put out a video, and I decided, because I'm having fun and because Zoya and Rome, I don't know if I'll be able to do this if you guys didn't join, but since Zoya and Rome is here, I'm gonna try to stay here until Trump gives his address in around 45 minutes. So we got at least another 45 minutes because I want to see Trump's address. So that's my plan. So we're gonna desperately find some stuff to cover. In the meantime, I'm gonna cover some super chats. And after I cover some super chats, I'm gonna show you guys a reaction from Bernie and Rokana. Rokana just recently agreed to come back on the show again, by the way, which is, dude, Ro is a madman. Like, he's a madman. After our interview, he's still like, yeah, I'm down to come on. Like, dude,
he got a king for being dominated. He got a king for being dominated. I never saw him do it.
Good for him. So Rose, we working on time now. I want to schedule for a Sabby and JB show because I already talked to him. I'm not really interested in talking to him again, but I would love to have a Sabby and JB show on it. I'm gonna read some super chats because we got a fucking shit ton. Big shout out to everyone who's supporting us tonight. And that's no reason I had to go live, because I know everyone's seeing these news. There are a lot of fog of war nonsense. So it's time for us to huddle together, see what the hell's going on. I was gonna, just like last time I did a breaking news stream, I'm gonna do these breaking news streams whenever I was gonna do nothing but follow politics anyway. Like, even if I didn't go live, I would have been on my phone following this attack. So I was like, why? Might as well go live and cover it with you guys, right? That's my mindset. I'm gonna read super chats. About half of them I see. We got a lot of them, and then I'll get back to some stories. Zoya, Rome, if you guys find anything that you want to share, feel free. I'm pretty sure you guys can share the screen, but feel free to just let me know. Thank you for $50. Extra medium. Slam them. We got another one from Martin R. I appreciate the super sticker. I appreciate the super stickers, guys.
Chili pepper.
They supposed that Trump is a clown. I wish I never see tweets from politicians because I don't follow politicians. I want to see what the statements they are making right now. That's why I was able to find Ro, because he interacted with me a few times. I saw Bernie video. I didn't see what a lot of these. I saw Nancy Mace was congratulating Trump. Like, I need to see what they're saying. But it seems like Iran is not. I looked at that. This is not the official account, guy, dude. I looked it up. You guys realize that there are a lot of accounts on Twitter that's not really the government of Iran, right? And the account that you listed is definitely not the government of Iran. Professor Morandi said all oil will cease. I like Professor Morandi, guys. He provided a great service. But you guys realize that Professor Morandi said that Iran was going to fuck Israel up last time, right? Like, he's useful, but you guys got to understand, Professor Morandi is kind of a propagandist. Because I remember last time Israel, during the last bombing thing, Professor Morandi came on like, oh my God, Iran, we're going to retaliate. We're going to fuck up everybody. Then Iran didn't do fucking nothing but a fucking fireworks show. So Morandi is good, but you guys got to take some things he said with a grain of salt. I'm going to be 100% honest, because he's been wrong on a lot of things, I've noticed.
And again, seizing the oil would benefit the U.S. It would screw workers. Like, who gets screwed when everyone's like, oh, this is going to hurt America? Who's it going to hurt in America? It's going to hurt the working class. Everyone else is going to make bank on oil prices going up.
They got money. They can leave the country. They can hop, skip, and get the fuck on.
Yeah, you think like a billionaire like Elon Musk is going to be like, oh no, oil prices are up?
Let me just drive my electric car.
I have nothing against Morandi, guys. I'm just here to point out that his job is to kind of hype up the Iranian government. That's not to say his facts are wrong. They're not here to say his history wrong, but he has a clear agenda. And I've caught him saying false stuff before. You know what I mean? And he always hype up. Be like, last time when they had the fake engagement, he was saying that it's over. It's all war. So anyway, he's good. I think he's a good source of information. But you guys got to understand that there's a line that he's towing as well.
And there's another important point that, as far as expanding the war, that it serves U.S. interests. Like Russia and China are trying to build; they don't want war, but that's why U.S. wants to drag them into it. And Putin already said that he's talked to everyone involved, including Iran, including U.S., and including Israel, and warned them that, Russian personnel is on the ground in Iran because they're helping Iran build things, and that Russian personnel better not be harmed. And I don't know if Russian personnel got harmed in these strikes, but if they did, I don't know. It's another red line the U.S. has blatantly crossed. So U.S. is definitely warmongering. We don't want to escalate here. They do.
Yeah, that's why I hate when people saying America is being dragged into these wars. Like they have been openly talking about bombing Iran for many fucking moons now. Like
before we were born. Before we was born, they was talking about bombing Iran. So or regime changes, and they got little. What they say? Oh well, the women can't read or write and blah blah, and all this propaganda to try to pull at your heartstrings. So it'd be easier for you to see those cold bodies on the ground once the shit do pop on your screen, because it is. But I'm tired of people trying to act like America don't have a say so on any of this. America is the reason. America has been trying their best to go to war with China, has been trying their best to go to war with Russia. Biden have been talking about it. Trump said it on his first term. China, oh yeah, all that. They have been trying their best to pull people into these wars. So stop acting like America is just this disabled child that's getting pushed through this fucking, like, no, they have been here. They have been killing. They have been doing regime changes. The whole reason why they overthrew Ukraine in 2014. All this is a domino effect, and it's all coming down to right now. And a lot of people saying, well, it's not going to be World War III. Nigga, we are already in World War III. We was in World War III 15 years ago. The bombs just started dropping now. First it was a war of the minds, propaganda and shit like that. Now you see the bombs dropping. We've been trying to tell you guys for a long time now, but you like, oh well, you guys just don't like anybody. You damn right. What the fuck you mean? I don't like anybody. They fucking war criminals. They signed up to give other countries weapons to mass murder children, and you telling me, oh well, you guys would never have power because you just want to critique power and blah blah. Nigga, suck my dick. I'm not going to co-sign no motherfucking war criminal because they talk like me and look like me sometimes. Get the fuck out of here.
Let me read some more super chats. Feel free to interrupt anytime if you guys have any thoughts. We just chilling. We have another. Go ahead, Zoya.
I'll interrupt you real quick. So the Shah of Iran was deposed, and the Ayatollah was installed decades ago. But guess where the son of the Shah of Iran lives? In the United States. And he is considered the quote-unquote legitimate leader of Iran. That's who they want to install in the regime.
I mean, we literally have schools teaching kids how to be dictators, and in South America, how to be dictators, and what do they call it in Africa? Well, we teach kids this. I know there's a school in Atlanta, and I think there's a school out in Florida, but we teach kids how to overthrow countries and have regime changes, and we send them over there, and then they just magically got all these fucking weapons, magically got all this backing, and they go out, they kill, they rape, they take, and then boom, we are here. It's the same shit that's been happening over and over and over.
Well said. I'm gonna read some more super chats, and then I'm gonna show you guys some reaction. I think I found plenty of stuff to cover as you guys were speaking here. So we got a lot of super chats. I appreciate all the support, guys. Please like, share, subscribe if you're enjoying this breakdown. This is kind of breaking news that breaks the algorithm. Dude. We between X and YouTube, we only on 2 places. We got 6,000 people watching right now across both platforms. So if you're on YouTube, you're on X, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share. Much love to all you guys. And I'm hearing where you guys seeing stuff. I need to find where you guys are finding these reports. I saw where the super chat go. I saw someone say, "Oh, it was only the entry and the exit tunnels were damaged." Dude, that's embarrassing. No destruction. That goes to what I said earlier. There was military analysts and people who specialize in weapons. They were explaining that the reason why attacks on Fordo was never signed up on because they was not sure that it would actually do the job. I mentioned this before the stream, but if you're not catching it, the whole point of bombing Fordo is to start a war, not to denuclearize Iran. That's the only point. So let me know. We all in this together. If you guys have more info about the damage done, because I'm seeing a lot of people saying that this strike was ineffective, but I'm saying that's what you guys are saying. I can see that,
but still, of course, because their nuclear programs is hardened in the fucking ground. Like we don't even know where it's at. Our intelligence don't even know where it's at.
I gotta be careful what I read, man, because people posted on X. But I see one tweet that says the Iranian state television says every American citizen or military personnel in the region is now a target. I gotta be careful though, because I swear to God, people post bullshit all the time, and I've seen a lot of people post statements that coming from the Iranian government. We gotta be careful though, because what the sources for these? We gotta be very careful with this kind of stuff. I'm not saying it's possible. Let me continue some super chats, and I have some more reactions.
But and then like it don't even matter if it's effective, bro. If I punch you in the mouth and it didn't hurt,
yeah,
you still gonna punch me, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell are you talking about? And like all this shit. And if this did come from Iran, I say go for it. Because I ain't gonna sit here and hold you guys' hands when we have been telling you all these activists, all of these people that have been putting their blood, sweat, and tears on the line for you have been trying to warn you, and you have been agreeing with these wars. You use things like, oh, well, what would they do to you as a black man in Gaza? So that's the excuse that we should go over there and kill these people. Oh, their women can't wear booty coochie cutters, and so we should bomb them. No, I feel this because if it was me, I'd bomb y'all too. Like I would get rid of America. I would not only attack American bases in the Middle East, but I would attack the U.S. head on. Because who gives them the right to go inside of other people's countries and do stuff like this without being held accountable or having their citizens feel what our citizens are going through at that moment? Maybe you guys will actually get the fuck up if you saw your children's bomb, if you saw your neighborhood decay, you know what I'm saying, and knocked down to rubble. Maybe it actually get you to fuck up to do something about it, because you're just sitting here twirling your fingers talking about, damn, well, if y'all would have voted for this person, you would have voted for that person, or maybe no. I think Americans need to feel that shit. And I made a video about this a while ago.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a banger.
Why America deserves to be bombed. Because you guys just sit here. And we are fucking basically drowned. We are numb to the fact that children are underneath rubble, that we have most of the kids in Palestine are amputees. Like, you're not going to understand it until it's your children, until it's your home, until it's your school, your hospital, your parks that's gone, your water poison, and all your crops gone. You have to go through a famine to actually feel that shit. So I agree with it. Don't only just bomb the bases around Iran and throughout the Middle East and all of their little districts. No, make America feel it. Make American citizens feel it.
And I'm willing to call it now because I've seen enough people report on it. So I'm willing to call it now. So apparently the Iranian government is straight up telling the United States, we're about to fuck you up. We are fuck you and everyone, all the U.S. troops that have military bases in our reach, which is a large reach. So it's on. This is what Ken Clip is reporting. U.S. military now briefing troops that its strikes on Iran will likely result in counterstrikes on U.S. bases and facilities. And watch a bunch of dumb fuck Fox News watchers, Zionist fuck blame Iran for this. Watch a dumb, oh my God, dude. I already know what's going to happen. It pisses me off just thinking about it. You're going to be a ton of fucking white dudes that are going to be like, oh my God, why is Iran threatening our troops? They're threatening our troops. Let's go to war. Let's go to war. Oh my fucking, I swear to God, dude. I'm about to crash out. I'm about to crash the fuck out. I'm about to crash out in the next few weeks if I see these fucking boomers complain that Iran retaliate. Go ahead, Zoe. I saw you on mute.
Yeah, and you know that they will because we're watching a rerun. This is exactly, what we went through with Iraq. We lived through that. And it's like they have the same script. They're unironically, they're not even trying. They're just doing the same thing. Like Iran was months away from some mythical nuclear weapons, and that's good enough. And later, they're all gonna, that's what they do. Like Piers Morgan, like his little turn on Israel of like, oh wait, killing babies is wrong now. I realize that it's all bullshit. That they always admit the truth when it's too late to maintain credibility. And then there's always suckers, just like with Dave Smith, going, well, guys, you don't want to forgive them? They just made a mistake. No, they didn't make a mistake. They're propagandists. They're paid propagandists, and they knew exactly what they were doing.
I'm about to ratio him again, by the way.
What bro, they have done?
I got 230 likes in 9 minutes on Dave Smith. I'm about to ratio this motherfucker. I don't know if I'm gonna get the ratio because he does got a lot of likes here.
Yeah,
but he's definitely gonna fill this one because he said in Rome. I know you want to chime in. So I'll pass it to you.
You good.
Here's Dave Smith. Donald Trump has now launched an illegal war of aggression against Iran. If only someone warned you, he would do that, dipshit. Dude, I swear to God, we all warned him that Donald Trump's going to start. They were like, well, don't you know that Trump technically didn't start a war in his first term? Donald Trump didn't start another war. He just continued Obama's.
And Dave Smith wasn't like, I respectfully disagree with you guys. He mocked people. He made fun of people. He called them idiots. He said that, oh, you guys just don't like getting anything done. He used every liberal rhetorical comment we've heard for years from the AOC stands. Oh, you guys just don't like winning. Oh, you like it's always the same gaslighting.
Dude, I got 250 likes on this 10 minutes. Go ahead, Ron.
He a comedian?
Yeah, he's a comedian. You know, you guys know the entryway to being a propagandist for the ruling class. You start as a comedian. Yeah. Then also you got a podcast, and you tell the people that you build an audience. You tell them to go vote for the duopoly. And just like Zoya said, this guy couldn't be more fucking smug. And he was getting smaller accounts ratio. He would quote these smaller accounts. Like, oh, look at this dumbass. This dumbass want Kamala to win. Like, he was so insufferable. That people forget how insufferable he was in defending Trump. And now people were like, oh, don't you know Dave Smith say sorry? Like this guy said, dude, he already apologized. You guys see? Dude, he already apologized.
What choice did he have?
What choice did we have? Yeah, dude, they're all doing this Kamala would be worse thing. I'm sorry, you need to decolonize your minds because there was another option. Kamala and Trump were not the only options on the ballot.
Yeah.
Okay, you could have voted for Jill Stein. You could have voted for a bunch of other candidates. And voting is not the only thing you people can do. You have forgotten your power that organized labor can bring this entire system to a halt. And that is where our power lies, not in the voting booth. That's how they placate you. And Malcolm X said the ballot or the bullet. Well, the ballot has let us down. I have watched my entire life things only get progressively worse. Everything's getting paywalled. All our rights are disappearing. Our right to protest is disappearing. And labor is busy arguing over culture war issues. Well, guess what? People who organized to overthrow their oppressors never agreed on everything. There was no such thing. I was thinking about it today. Like, imagine like a group of slaves that wants to rebel, but you know, some of them have toxic masculinity, so they don't really want to fight with the other slaves. And some of them aren't progressive enough on abortion issues. You know, it's like crazy, dude. Well, like we're enslaved. Like talk this shit out later. Well, we're all gonna die.
Yep. Boy.
And what's crazy is half of these people that cheerleaded the war in the Middle East, the war on terror, is still in power today. They have done nothing. They have done nothing to help these people rebuild. They actually keep funding groups like ISIS and the Taliban. And like, I don't know, man. They have done nothing to earn our respect. And these people, oh, well, we got to keep these people in power for what? For who? They have done nothing for you.
Yeah, listen, and you guys see why I have so much smoke for Dave Smith? I actually don't have smoke for Edward, guys. You see Edward here? How many times have I told you guys that I actually have no smoke towards him? And you see Edward here? You guys see I didn't insult him? I'll just I have no problem. But this is exactly why I hate Dave Smith, guys. This is why Dave Smith is a danger to the working class. You guys see how Dave Smith is programming his audience to think? Because when people was warning Dave Smith about Trump, he was saying, what other choice do we have? That was the argument for Dave Smith. So now you see the people who support Dave Smith, that's the argument they go with. Dude, he already apologized. What choice did we have? You guys see why we should be ruthless, and extremely aggressive towards the propagandist? We should forgive the Edwards. We should forgive the people who are tricked by the propagandists. But I don't want to be fucking friends with Dave Smith. It's absurd whenever people give me grifting advice. They're like, hey, Nick, shouldn't you be nice to Dave Smith so you can invite him on? So you can be invited for Dave Smith's show? Fuck Dave Smith. We do want to win over his supporters. And we will. Because he's a fucking fraud. But the fact that people like him, the fact that Edward is so misled, Edward is a victim of Dave Smith's propaganda, my friends. You guys understand that?
Edward's mind is colonized. That's the problem. Where the establishment has successfully convinced people on two sides, supposedly, to repeat the same fucking rhetoric. Republicans and liberals sound identical. They sound identical. They pretend to hate each other, but they're both snowflakes. They both embrace cancel culture. They just care that it's their side doing it. Yep. That's all. That's the only difference. But they still believe that there's only two things you could do, vote for one party or the other. And it's unfortunate because the backbone of the working class was in what is now considered Trump country. And the way Trump got into power was by stealing populist rhetoric. He copied the Bernie campaign, just like Nico House pointed out. He did the Bernie thing just for the right and weaponized all of your little petty issues to get you guys to turn on each other and ignore your common interests.
Yep, well said. I'm going to read some more super chats. We're 20 minutes into Donald Trump's presidential address, so I will be watching that live here soon. We got a lot of super chats, so I appreciate everyone. I'm glad that you guys are watching and enjoying the show. Please leave some likes as well so we can continue to boost in the algorithm. I appreciate all the support. What did I leave off at? I read this one. Getting a super chat in before World War III. Middle East is about to explode. Guys, you guys know I hate war, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm all about the resistance, motherfucker. I'm all about fighting, but I don't like it. Like, I don't like the idea of people dying and people being bombed. I just think it's something that necessary had to be done when you're facing extreme evil like Zionists. You know what I mean? So that's why I was so furious at the beginning of the stream. Like, I can't. It's so depressing that this shit is happening, but we all seen it happen. We all seen it coming. Let's continue. I'm gonna read a few. I'm gonna read maybe like 5 more super chats. I'll get back to the super chats later. I'm gonna read a few more, and now I'm gonna show you guys this amazing receipt that Greg sent me, hotspot homie, and then a few other reactions. By then, I'm sure that the Trump speech will start. They've been after Iran my entire life, born 1971.
Damn.
Real talk. I appreciate the solidarity, Philip. Iran removed the rich uranium before bombing. Dave Smith coping on X right now. Fuck him. I think this is before I showed it. Yeah, dude, the damage control these motherfuckers had to do to their brand. That's why they really had nothing else to do other than say sorry. Like he went on fucking breaking points and he said sorry, that went viral. He knew he had no other choice, bro. Imagine selling to people that Donald Trump was the peace president and he fucking started World War III. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if we at RBN was ever that wrong? How many people unsubscribe to us? Can you imagine being that wrong about anything? The fuck? You're like, man, we need to vote for Donald Trump to have peace. This motherfucker starts a war in Iran. Wow, bro. You guys think I'm ever gonna let Dave Smith forget this? You guys think I'm ever gonna let Joe Rogan forget this? You guys think I know every single one of these MAGA accounts that was supporting Trump. You guys think I'm ever gonna let them live it down? The ratios has only began, my friend. I've been ratio MAGA accounts all year. People love following my account because I was racial and liberals. Now Donald Trump is in charge. I'm racial MAGA left and right. Because we, as opposed to duopolists, our job is to call out these fraudulent motherfuckers and take advantage of the pendulum swinging. Because as Democrats committed a genocide, as Democrats is bleeding numbers, what did we do at RBN? Zoya, Rome, how many countless people told us that they stopped voting for duopoly because of RBN? Mm-hmm. Now, it's our job to be there for when people realize that people like Dave Smith sold them a lie. Because I need to stop bragging, but there's so many people that are like, man, I thought you were just hating on Dave Smith, bro. Now, they realize I was telling the truth about this motherfucker. Anyway, this is a great receipt from Hotspot. And this is what a lot of people are referencing, I'm sure. Iranian state TV host displaying a map of U.S. bases in Middle East declares that United States bases have become legitimate targets for Iran. Now, to be honest, now that I've seen this, you guys know that's not really breaking news because they already said that. It's whether they're actually going to do it. I don't know they're going to do it yet because this statement is no different. Zoya, I saw you on mute.
I think there's more hope in Yemen doing something to retaliate, honestly, because the Houthis, Ansar Allah, has been holding it down. But to add, Syria was a huge litmus test. It has been for years, and a lot of people failed, including Jill Stein's running mate, who was repeating empire propaganda. When Syria fell, those people who have been following this for decades, geopolitical analysts, it was like a shattering moment. We were all depressed beyond belief because Syria had held on so long, and we knew the implications once Syria falls. We knew all of this is what's in the works the moment that Syria fell. And anyone that's been listening to the empire, because the empire has been telling you this themselves directly, countless whistleblowers and neocons have been telling you this themselves. And once Syria fell, that was it. That was it. Syria was a massive stronghold. It was a backbone of the resistance. And it's unbelievable how quickly they were able to subvert internal divisions. And that's what they do. That's how this empire operates. They manufacture internal strife and then they weaponize it against the government and topple it. This has been done by the empire over 100 times.
That's fair. That's fair. I know I brag a little bit too much, but you gotta know how crazy it is for me. Like when people call me crazy. Like I know that's a problem. I acknowledge I do it too much, but I've been gaslit for the entirety of my time as a citizen journalist. Zoya will tell you. Well, I will say something, and people will be like, "Nick, you're full of shit." Then I'll be proven right, and they won't even apologize. Nope. So I'm sorry. I do be wrong. I acknowledge I do. It's just you guys have no idea how infuriating it is.
Well, we got to correct the record. That's what people don't understand because they're already on the same page as us. But, look, every time I post a poll, there's always a couple of percentage of people that are like, no, I do support regime change in Iran and all of this. So we have everyone watching, not just people on the same page as us. And we have to correct the record because otherwise people don't know and they repeat the same stupid lies. So Nick has to do this. He's forced to do this.
Yep.
I was about to say, I hope people get it through their heads that there's no such thing as democracy. The majority of people do not want war. We do not want to go out and harm people. We don't want to be in other people's business. This is not a democracy because there's no such thing as a democracy. There's only the dictatorship of the proletariat or the dictatorship of the elite. There is no such thing. I don't know why you like being lied to, but there was never a such thing as democracy, especially when you have evil people ruling your government and they can be bought by lobbyists. That's not a democracy. Nowhere in the world where you can point at a country and say they have a democracy. Point to one country in the world where you say that's a democracy that is ran by the people for the people. No, it don't work like that. It's either you take over with the proletarian or you're going to let the elite run over you for the rest of your life and the rest of your kids' life. So stop being blinded by these words talking about some democracy. There's no democracy. I can go outside right now and talk to 100 people and I ask them, do you want war with Iran? Do you want to keep bombing kids in Palestine? They're going to be like, no. They're going to be like, no. But when people say these things and they voice their complaints, where do they go? up in the fucking air, because that's the only motherfucker who's gonna be paying attention to it. It definitely ain't gonna be the people in power at this time. So yeah, we definitely y'all need to open up your eyes and realize that y'all been played for a fool. There's no way that you guys still think that you live in a democracy. You can't. I know there's some knuckleheads out there who like, yeah, I love to go to war, whatever it may be. I know it's more likely feds and whatever the fuck. But majority of this country do not want to go to war. And you got to think about it like this. Somebody said Trump's going to bring back the draft. I like to see him do it. Like this generation is so anti-American. It is crazy. They're going to be fragging. Yeah.
The thing is, people need to understand they don't need a draft anymore though, because modern warfare changed. But go ahead, Ron.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, if there was, they're going to be more fragging than you seen in the Vietnam War. You're going to have
that would be the biggest mistake. I really hope they do. I really do. I really do. I don't think they will, because they realize how much of a fucking mistake that would be. They need motherfuckers to stay on TikTok. They need motherfuckers to play their Switch 2, play their PlayStation. Nigga, the second they talk about draft, they just, what, nigga? Watch all these gamers and shit. Watch all these Marvel fans. Do you think they want to be on the battlefield, or do they want to see the new Avengers movie that's about to come out? That's how you activate the MCU fans. That's how you, nigga. There's a chick that want to go to. There's people that want to go to Taylor Swift concerts. That's how you get them activated. They don't give a fuck about anything. They seen dead kids over the last few years. They don't give a fuck, nigga. They dancing Taylor Swift. They watching the BET Awards. They couldn't give a fuck about dead kids. But talk about draft and watch how quickly they care about politics. Oh yeah, by the way, pro tip, my friends. Trump and MAGA gave us the best draft dodging excuse of all time.
Yeah.
If they ever institute the draft, I'm telling them I'm transgender. Now, I mean, I'm gonna have to fucking make some physical changes for a bit. But they banned transgender people in the military. So if they ever draft me, I'm saying I'm transgender. If they say they reject my claim, I'm gonna be a flaming homosexual. I'm gonna do whatever it takes.
Hey, where the niggas at?
Yo, if they draft my ass, motherfucker, I'm gonna do everything I can to kill morale, because the neocons said the gay people kill morale, right? That's the message of PSF. Gay people ruin them. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna be the most flaming gayest motherfucker and they ever draft me. Anyway,
but that's how broken. But that's how broken brains are. That we actually have people protesting for the right of trans people to go and die in imperialist wars. That's actually something we are asking for. That's insane. And another thing on the war issue, like war, anti-war. I've been an anti-war activist my entire life, but people are using one-dimensional thinking that the empire has taught to have. There's a huge difference between I'm sitting in my house and I want to go to war. I want to go rob my neighbor's house. And there's you sitting in your house and your house is being robbed and masked men come into your house. And yes, you engage in violence to stop the masked men, to stop the perpetrators, to resist, to protect yourself. Self-defense is not the same thing as wanting war. They have to defend themselves or they'll disappear. So this isn't anyone warmongering, telling people to nations, sovereign nations, to defend their interests, to defend their people is not the same thing that imperialism does, which is instigate wars and steal people's livelihoods.
Yeah, bro. There's so many people waiting for the Trump address. I'm trying to find a link. I don't know that will work. I was just looking for the link for a text. Let me go through some more super chats. I guess I'll go through. We do super chats until the text. Oh no, sorry. I do want to show some reactions. I'm a little bit behind. I do want to quickly show some reactions I saw before we get back to super chats. So here, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I haven't read any of these. I just pulled them so we can cover. So here, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's been critical of the idea of going to war with Iran. Every time America is on the verge of greatness, we get involved in another foreign war. There would not be bombs falling on the people in Israel if Netanyahu. Oh, there it is! There it is, guys. Did she say Trump at all in this tweet? Let's see. There would not be bombs falling on the people of Israel if Netanyahu had not dropped bombs on the people of Iran first. Israel is a nuclear-armed nation. This is not our fight. Peace is the answer. Are you going to say Donald Trump's name?
Nope.
What a Trump whore. To me, maybe I'm an asshole, but to me, this shit doesn't do anything for me. You know what I mean? People be like, "Oh, I praise Marjorie Taylor Greene. I praise this person for calling." unless you're calling out Trump, unless you're calling out the person who does it. This is me personally. This doesn't do anything for me. Did not worth praising Marjorie Taylor Greene for this fucking weak ass comment.
And then what does she mean every time America's on the verge of greatness? Where is this greatness that they keep talking about? Make America great. The greatness. What are we talking about? The majority of the people can't even that lives here can't afford to live here. What greatness are you talking about when our water is polluted? What greatness when our land is giving us cancer? What greatness is these people talking about? Like I just don't see it. I go outside in my hood and the shit is decayed and nobody's giving us money to rebuild the parks. Where's the greatness at? Like, come on, messing with this bullshit. But all she gonna do, she like playing that both sides shit.
Controlled opposition.
Like that AOC of the right.
Yes, yes.
Both sides of bullshit. And people like, I can't believe I'm agreeing with her on this and that. She's playing you for a fucking fool. She's playing you for a fucking fool. And all they doing is pulling you back and forth, ping-ponging your dumb ass. Ping-ponging your dumb ass so you can stay inside of these parties and you won't look towards the left where people have been calling these people out blatantly. We have been saying this shit. What was going to happen? When is going to happen? What's going to happen? The reactions, all this shit. We have been calling it out. But all they doing is using you as a ping pong ball, slapping your ass back across the table, and you stand in this fucking party. Oh, I'm not going to vote for Democrats anymore because they're too war hawkish. So now you're going to vote for, like, come on, man. Don't fall for it. If you fall for this shit, you deserve it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, Zoya, what's your reaction? Go ahead, Zoya.
I mean, I have a question for everyone. Where does Israel get intelligence for their targets?
Yep, that's the question.
I think it might be the United States. You know, that party that's pretending not to be in the war, just like they're doing in Ukraine, but they're feeding them all the weapons. They're definitely using Palantir and they're using Starlink, and that's how Ukraine, that's how Israel, that's how all of these regional proxy wars are getting their target information. So the US has just adapted to a new strategy, a new style of war, where they don't have to put troops on the ground. Drones are effective and operated from people sitting right here in the United States. Just like they play computer games, it's now like a computer game. My friend, my childhood friend, served in the first Iraq war, like the first one, like in the 90s. And he came back. This is before we had all of these, phones and everything. And he had actually smuggled in a camera, which is like something that they can court-martial you for. And he brought back images from the Iraq war, guys. So everything you're seeing from the Gaza genocide, what happened in Iraq, that happened in other countries. I saw pictures of babies with their brains splattered, with their guts hanging out. That was the Iraq war. It just wasn't a live stream like this is, but make no mistake, this is what is happening in Sudan. This is what is happening in Congo. This is what's happening all over the global south. It's just never been so available to us.
So I'm gonna show you guys, because we about 3 minutes away from Trump giving his speech. And I'm sure he may be late too. He's gonna probably be like 5 minutes late anyway. So I'm gonna show, like, Bernie was literally doing his bullshit vote blue no matter who rally. Like, they've been doing these vote blue no matter who rallies filled with MSNBC watching boomers, and he was apparently notified about Trump bombing Iran live. Obviously, I don't know what he said. I found all these receipts as you guys were speaking. So let's listen to what Bernie said and let's respond to it.
This is a statement.
Let me know if you guys can hear it too, because I know it'd be messing up sometimes.
This is a statement from Donald Trump. Quote, "We have completed our very successful attack on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran, etc."
That's good. I'm going to be a little bit positive here. The fact that they booed that is still good. I'll take that win. Because if they were talking about some Russian-Ukraine shit, they were cheering on the concept of of waging war against Ukraine. I've seen people call out Bernie for supporting war in Ukraine, and his liberal audience will boo them. Like, remember when Jose Vega would call these people out, and Democrats will attack them for calling them out? So at least this is better. Like, it's better than them attacking anti-war activists. So I will take that W. I'm glad to see that they booed. I'll take that W when I can take it. Let's continue the video.
Hold on, Nick, hold on, real quick, because
where was this energy for Ukraine, though?
I was just about to say this shit, bro.
I'm sorry, bro.
Like, okay, they are saying this now, but let's see them have the same energy when the propagandists come out and say Iran and Russia is colliding together. It is building weapons together. Russia. That's all you need to do to get these liberals to be war hawkish. It's to mention Russia. So how long is they going to keep this shit up until the propagandists say, "Hey, we're attacking Russia too"? Oh yeah, you got to get Putin the bad guy. I want to see this shit. I really want to see them keep the same fucking energy.
This is why I told you guys, it's always better when a Republican wins. I share receipts explaining how in ICE detention centers, and I did say this on the show, you have people going on hunger strikes under Joe Biden in ICE detention because the conditions were so horrible. They was being denied medical care. They was being fed a little bit amount of food, and the food they was fed was poor quality, often spoiled. They were essentially treated like garbage, and this happened under Biden, and not a single liberal gave a fuck about it. And now that Donald Trump is in charge, all of a sudden people know names. They talk about Mahmoud Khalil. Now, how many names have you guys knew about people detained by ICE under Joe Biden? Well, I'm glad he's free. But how many Mahmoud Khalils do you guys know about under Biden when they 100% were keeping people under ICE detention? When they was still engaging in ICE raids and deporting more people than Donald Trump did? Do you guys know their name? What was Joe Biden's Abrego Garcia? There's Abrego Garcia, Mahmoud Khalil. What's the Democrat version of that? You guys know that they don't give a fuck the second that Democrats win. The same way that now that Donald Trump is in charge, I bet you that Kamala Harris dropped a girl bomb on Iran, these motherfuckers find a way to justify it.
Yes, girl. Yes, show them. Fight for women rights.
At the same time, though, I don't want to be negative on these people because I'm glad that they're doing this war. I'm just illustrating the fact that it is legitimately better for Republicans to win because both parties are going to do the same thing. But when Democrats win, they go right to sleep. So anyway, let's continue the video. I see Zoya's back. Do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, this is just a tidbit I want people to know about how insidious our empire is. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Rwanda genocide. It happened a while back, but in the Rwanda genocide, you had millions of people slaughtering each other. What's insidious about colonization is that their identities, the Tutsi and the Hutu, those identities were made up by colonizers. They used to be the same people. They were one people, but the colonizers convinced them over time that they are two distinct, different groups. And over time,
hold that thought, Zoya. I'm sorry, but let's see what you guys say real quick.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success.
Was it though?
Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
And why
Iran,
is
the bully
don't
of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs.
When?
That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East.
Why the fuck are they in the Middle East?
Died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin-Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed.
There'll be tragedy for all of us.
Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great
God help us start a war.
God bless the Middle East. God
Don't you love
Israel,
Christian Zionists?
God bless America. Thank you very much.
Thank God we were able to kill people. Thank God more of our people going to die. Impeach this stupid motherfucker. Dude, if I voted for Donald Trump, I swear to God, I might off myself. Like, nigga, I would be so embarrassed, bro. I'm not saying you should, but I'm saying I probably would. Jesus fucking Christ. Donald Trump, this speech that we just heard is going down in history as the greatest speech that we ever seen in American history. He just stood in front of millions, no, hundreds of millions of people and explained that the reason why he's going to war is to protect Israel. You guys saw when I flinched? I was like, he said what? You're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say the bullshit Fox News nonsense that how Iran gonna turn New York City into a mushroom cloud. This motherfucker legitimately went in front of hundreds of millions of people and said we are starting a war for Israel. He literally didn't lie. He literally just straight up said, we're doing this to protect Israel. Are you fucking serious? My God told me to start another war.
Thank you for giving me the power to kill people. Holy shit, that's crazy.
We can't fall for Orange Reagan's rhetoric because, like Jody Brar said on RBN, the tail is not wagging the dog, and there's a reason that they're very comfortably, openly saying that it's Israel because they want a scapegoat. They don't want you to look at empire. Remember, Nick, like I told you a while ago, like Marjorie Taylor Greene will occasionally say things that are correct to get credibility and then just completely mislead people back into the empire propaganda. Just to finish up that point on Rwanda. So the two tribes of people that were slaughtering each other in the millions brutally with machetes in the street were the same people. Much like in Ukraine and Russia, it's the same Slavic background people. But colonizers' propaganda is so insidious. Like we heard from David Houdin, even his dad was brainwashed into being a Christian Zionist in Africa. So propaganda is very strong, and people always think that they would never fall for it. But I'm telling you, I watched very intelligent people in the Ukraine who have very kind, very educated, and they completely fell for it. There's nothing like fear that drives people, and the fear of annihilation will make people irrational. The empire has been propagandizing people for centuries. I mean, even Hitler, read the book Hitler's American Model. It talks about how Hitler got all his inspiration from the United States, from Jim Crow and the genocide of the natives. So America is very sophisticated in its propaganda and very good at what it does. It can literally convince people to kill their own brother. And that's what has happened. And unfortunately, you see with all of this Muslim Zionism that there are fractures even inside of Syria, even inside of Iran, even people begging for regime change from the empire without looking at history ever. And I know, as a person from the Soviet Union, that people on the ground did welcome quote unquote reforms and regime change in the Soviet Union, never in a million years imagining what would actually happen. Because when empire comes in, everything gets privatized. All of public safety nets are taken away, and the starvation and death that follows is just unimaginable. And the fact that you could get people to still cheer for it, looking at history of everything that's happened. I mean, where has the U.S. intervened where things got better? Where has the U.S. intervened where the quality of life has improved in any way for the people? And yet you still have people that have certain grievances, legitimate grievances with their leadership, thinking that this pariah, these imperialists, these capitalists are going to come in and give them democracy and a more luxurious lifestyle because they consume all of this American entertainment, and they think that our streets look like Beverly Hills when our streets are full of tent cities.
Yeah. I have some reactions to show, but before I do that, I'm gonna read some super chats. We're 90 minutes in already. We're pretty long, but I still got a lot. I'm still interested in seeing what the hell is going on. I saw quite a few statements. Our family and friends at Hotspot, big shout out to Hotspot. They got a lot of great clips I saw. They are on it right now, so I'm gonna show you guys some clips I saw from Hotspot, showing some reactions. Dude, already the reaction coming from the neocon class and Fox News, bro. I'm about to crash out. Like you motherfuckers about to see me crash out live on air, bro. I can't do it. We are seeing peace through strength fail once again. The second, that's how I don't have any respect for these Dave Smith motherfuckers. The second that Donald Trump started saying peace through strength, that should send every single red flag off. Peace through strength does not work. It's designed to get you into war. How did Donald Trump get away with saying peace through strength over and over again, but dumbasses like Dave Smith didn't realize that he promoting war, that that's a pro-war chant? President Trump and I often say, this from Benjamin Netanyahu, peace through strength. First comes strength and then peace. This is treason of the highest order.
Congratulations.
Donald Trump is making this motherfucker happy. He is doing nothing for you.
Congratulations, President Trump. Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed. It has done what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons. His leadership today has created a pivot of history that can help lead the Middle East and beyond to a future of prosperity and peace. President Trump and I often say, peace through strength. First comes strength, then comes peace. And tonight, President Trump and the United States acted with a lot of strength. President Trump,
by the way, that is not how the strength through peace thing is supposed to work. The whole idea is that you have a strong military, you put out a lot of threats, and by being a strong country, that will deter other countries from showing aggression towards you. And we know this has been a failed strategy over and over again. It has failed so much, they literally changing the definition of what it means. First there's strength, and then there's peace. That's not what the fucking slogan was. But let's continue.
Thank
They're
you.
almost done anyway.
The people of Israel, thank you. The forces of civilization, thank you. God bless America. God bless Israel.
All right, we don't have to hear any more of that. We got some more. Here's Tom Cotton. This is a short clip. Hotspot posted a lot of these. I can't believe people vote for these people, man. I'm literally
brave and skillful action night. And finally, to reiterate what he said, what you just reminded the Ayatollahs, that they can still have peace. The ball is in their court. But if they target Americans, if they target our troops in the region, if they mine the Persian Gulf, if they target Americans around the world, then they will indeed, once again, feel the full force and might of the United States military.
You see how that was always the plan? If they dare attack United States troops, they have made it clear. They have made it clear that that will be their move if you guys attack Fordo, if you guys attack them. So their plan was, let's say hypothetically that Iran didn't even do anything. You guys think this would be the end of Israeli? And let's say Iran pussied out and failed the global working class. Let's say Iran failed humanity and enabled further U.S. and Israeli aggression by not doing anything. You guys think this would be the end of Western aggression against Iran?
No.
Let's say there's regime change and there's an even more liberal leadership that is pro-West. Do you guys think that country will still be safe from regime change if that country did anything that was supportive of the Iranian people over the of American interests? Even if they got regime change, that motherfucker got 15 years at best. You know what I mean? Iran is screwed either way. This was always designed to create war. Now, before I show some more clips, because I think I got another 20 minutes in me. We have a 2-hour stream tonight. I'm gonna play some more super chats because we definitely need to talk.
Dude, what do they mean?
Go ahead, Ron.
The ball is in their court. They can choose peace. You attacked me, bro. You attacked me, and then you expect me not to respond? That is just insane. That is just insane. So I say, around attack. Like I'm not trying to throw y'all out there like a Pokemon, but y'all need to do something about this. Y'all can't sit here and just take this land down. They need to attack the U.S. bases around the Middle East. They need to sew up all of that shit and shut them down completely, man. Because ain't no way you about to sit here and bomb my country and then tell me to choose peace. Nigga, you could have chose peace. What y'all talking about? You doing this for a whole nother country. For a whole nother country. They are not starting wars. They're not going to war with Iran because Iran attacked America soil. They have done nothing to our citizens. Nigga, American citizens get attacked and get hurt by the government more than Iran ever could. So what the fuck you mean choose peace? No, this is a time for war. This is a time for war. And I know a lot of people don't want it, but it has to happen. In order for America to get knocked off its pedestal, it got to get chopped down. Like the empire has to fucking fall. The empire has to fall. And this is one of the many dominoes that's going to fall in place. That has to fall in place for that to happen. So yes, I'm not choosing peace, nigga. Fuck all y'all. Fuck all y'all. Like I said, they should attack, keep attacking until America pull out, just like how they did with Yemen.
Yeah.
Y'all forget y'all just lost another war in the Middle East, huh? Like don't get it twisted.
All right, so let's read some super chats. It'll probably take a while to get through the super chats. I'm gonna start now. Let me know if you guys see anything you want to share. Zoya, Rome. I'm gonna continue to look out for some more breaking news, but let's read some super chats. Right now, the world is reacting to Trump's. I think that's going to go down in history as one of the most treasonous speeches in United States history. Like, historians going to read this speech 100 years later when Israel is destroyed, and they're going to be like, "This guy literally admitted he told his people that he waged a war for another country. That was the aggressor." We all know how history is going to be told in the United States because this country fucking retarded. But around the world, 99% of the population is going to. Their history book's going to be explaining how this is the most treasonous, unhinged speech. So the world is currently reacting to that. Oh shit! I see the statement. All right, before I could here's a statement from Hakeem Jeffries. Chuck Schumer, I checked his page, still haven't released anything. Chuck Schumer is in shambles. He's trying to figure out how he's gonna spin this because he's in support of it. So this is gonna be the last thing I'll share. In terms of reaction, not recent super chats. My statement on Donald Trump's unilateral military action. Donald Trump promised to bring peace to the Middle East. So did your party, sir. He has failed to deliver on that promise. The risk of war has now dramatically increased, and I pray for the safety of our troops. I hate these people so much. In the region who have been put in harm's way. President Trump misled the country about his intentions, failed to seek congressional authorization for the use of military force, and risked American entanglement in a potentially disastrous war in the Middle East. First, the Trump administration bears the heavy burden of explaining to the American people why this military action was undertaken. Second, Congress must be fully and immediately briefed in a classified setting. Third, Donald Trump shoulders complete and total responsibility for any adverse consequence that flowed from a unilateral military action. I don't see any condemnation of the attack. I see he's upset that the process wasn't followed. I see Democrats are not upset that we're starting a war with Iran. Where's the fury? Where's outrage over the fact that we literally about to start a country that's going to endanger the lives of 92 million people? That's why I was upset when I read the part where he said, I pray for the safety of the troops. Fuck the troops. They signed up for this. You guys see how sick in the head Democrats are? Oh, I'll pray for the troops. They're the last people we should be praying for in this situation. Yeah. You guys see he immediately goes to that? So I'm not seeing him condemning the war. He wants the opportunity to be able to vote for the war.
Yeah, that's what one comment said earlier, that they not mad at Trump for bombing Iran. They just, they happy that he took the blame for it. They're happy that him and the Republican Party is taking the blame for it. So now Democrats can look like they have clean hands. But no, they don't have clean hands at all either. From Obama, all of these people, they wanted to go to war with Iran also. So yes, they are happy. They are happy he is taking blame for this, even though they all had a hand in this. Every last one of them.
Yep. All right, let's get super chats. So we got a lot of them. Appreciate all the support, guys. I'm fucking all that fucking yelling and screaming. I'm hungry as shit now. I didn't really eat dinner either. So let me read some super chats and we can begin to get out of here. I appreciate all the support. We still got quite a bit to read though. Maximum alert has been declared. Now this is funny to me. Maximum alert has been declared at all U.S. bases in the Middle East. That's hilarious. I'm still working my take on this, but man, I feel like even if Iran doesn't do anything, man, I don't know, but because I think this is horrible. Like this is still very horrible. But we must understand that Iran has the right to defend themselves. And the United States and Israel, they're going to do this war right now when they got control of Syrian airspace. They got the second that Assad fell, this war was already set to be. No, seriously, what is Pakistan going to do? Not sure. What do you make of Fuentes? Didn't vote for Trump. I'm glad you didn't vote for Trump, but I explained with Sarah, I'm not fans of people who organize based on race. And I'm not fans of people who organize, or I should say people who apologize for Nazi Germany. Like Nick Fuentes is an active supporter of Nazism. He believes that Hitler did nothing wrong. Like these are, like Hitler cracked down on, like obviously they're the race issue, but this motherfucker cracked down on the working class. He banned collective bargaining. He's a fascist. Nick Fuentes supports fascism. He supports the state suppression of the working class that Hitler did. Which why I love that. I love the fact. I do think he's an interesting character. He's an interesting character because all the drama he creates on the right and how much he blacklisted. But he's someone who organizes based on race, someone who shouldn't be really taken seriously. No, Nick, that was because this was a super chat a while ago. Oh yeah, we already covered this about Russia and Iran. China does have intelligence ships in the region. One of the former generals said that. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier as well. Some of these super chats are a little bit older, but I'm gonna try to get through these. Wonder if the Alderson money will win or Sandy. Bro, that Alderson investment, that $100 million got into a war. That was probably one of the greatest political investments of all time. And you want to know the funny thing is, people like Dave Smith, they was told about Miriam Elderson and her money. Yep. And their reaction was like, oh man, I'm sure Trump can't be bought. I'm sure he can't be. Yeah, I know it's kind of concerning that Miriam Elderson donated all that money to Trump, but come on, man, not a big of a deal.
He's a billionaire. He don't need the money.
Maybe like, we need a good cop, bad cop. Maybe there should be some people who forgive these people. I have a hard time forgiving these people. You know what I mean? Who led to this situation? Not the people who are victims of the propaganda, but the people who managed to influence and convince people that the Alderson money wasn't a big deal. We are sorry, Ron. What was you about to say?
Oh no, I want to say shit. I want to say nothing.
Okay. I got a lot of. Damn, we got a fucking shit ton of chats. I appreciate the support, guys. Holy shit. I'm actually glad we did this live stream, man. Holy shit. They don't even need to close the strait. In the moment the Middle East becomes a war zone, there will be no insurance for any shipping in the strait. Well said. Great work, RBN. I appreciate the solidarity. I read this one before. How like that's why Trump saying that this strike was a big success is confusing because every single report, even the Iranian state TV, is saying that no, there's no damage. So it's pure pro-war propaganda because you can't get people to support your war if you're not selling the idea that it was successful, just like Ukraine. Feel free to interrupt if you guys have anything you want to add, Roman Zoe. I'm gonna continue to read super chats. Sun numbers, 100% of the time. Also, so he's saying sun numbers. 100% of the time we've been at war since 1987. Think about that, guys. Damn. I was born in 91. Yeah. My entire life we've been at war. And people wonder why I'm obsessed with this. And I'm so happy I turned people in my real life anti-war because I was just talking to my brother like, bro, we seen the Iraq War. I spent to my mom, but I grew up through the Iraq War. That's why I covered what I cover. Now they all fucking radicalized. I told you guys my family was apolitical. That's not really the case anymore. I'm glad to say. They all fucking hate Israel. I love it. Fun fact, both Ukraine and Israel has taxpayer-funded healthcare. Isn't it interesting that the treasonous Christian Zionists, whenever we propose universal healthcare, they accuse us of being crazy socialist. Oh my God, look at this crazy socialist advocating for universal healthcare. Meanwhile, their favorite apartheid state has it. Yes.
I am a crazy socialist, though. But I still want people to...
Nothing wrong with it. The alternative would be saying that we're the same ones, but we're the same ones in an insane society, so of course we would seem insane. Because to me, there's no one in the world that has more rational politics than Rome than me. Like, nigga, like I told you guys before, like I'm done voting for Democrat, but if Rome ran as a Democrat, I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Let me see what he's up to. That's how much I fuck with Rome's politics. I'm like, wait, hold up. Maybe he's I didn't see. Like he's the only one I'll get benefit of doubt like that. But anyway, let's continue with super chats. Our politics are the most sane. Like whenever I see tankies, the most tankiest of tanky, I'm like, this motherfucker is the tankies was right about everything. Yeah. They are the most base, most correct people in politics, but bar none. I fuck with the tankies. Thank you for $20, Gio. School of the Americas trained counter-revolutionaries in Fort Benning, Georgia, to wreck people's movements all over the world. Interesting. I didn't know that much about that. That's very interesting. I gotta scroll down. I really do appreciate the support tonight. I feel much better doing this instead of enjoying my Saturday night. I appreciate all the support, guys. All American citizens and military in the region are now legitimate targets. Yep. So I seen that Pew report on that. Definitely a true statement. I don't know if they're gonna do it. I still don't believe that. Like as much as I'm panicking, like Iran bailed us out of World War III so many times. Like there's still a part of me, maybe they might back down. But that thought is hard because that would be so bad for the Iranian people. The deterrence is already dead. But there is still a chance that Iran may not do anything because they have backed down so many times, guys. There's still a chance, but who knows? MEK stooge Rudy Giuliani lied in Madison Square Garden about Ronald Reagan always supporting Israel. During his presidency, Reagan told Israel to go fuck itself at least twice during his presidency.
He wasn't the only one. It was another one. I know JFK and George Bush. George Bush also told Israel to go fuck themselves. So
yeah, what's her name? Queen Elizabeth too.
Yep.
I think Queen Elizabeth, the who is rotting in hell and deserves every second of hell she deserves after what she did. But even she was like, "Yo, those Israelis, they're fucking terrorists." I don't trust those fucking Israeli terrorists. And there's reports that she refused to ever meet them. Like she hated the Israelis. So that's I think that's interesting. They was a little bit more normalized in the 70s and 80s to criticize them. Of course, they were still on board, but it was still normalized. And then APAC came, they were like, "Nigga, we about to shut y'all the fuck up," and they did. Thank you, Jasmine, for the super sticker. Scott Ritter just said he stands with the U.S. military against Iran. No fucking.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Bro, you're gonna have to get this motherfucker again because you already roasted his ass before it was bad. I gotta wait to see what he said. I don't want to put words in his mouth but it seemed like some Scott Ritter shit to say. It seemed like some Scott Ritter shit. Evacuation of personnel in Erbil. I think that's one of the military bases we reported on being evacuated. I'm glad y'all on ordering the RBN shirt tonight. Let's go. I gotta order a new one. You guys know I wear these RBN shirts all the time.
Don't forget we got some new shirts too. We got some new shirts coming.
Yeah, we got some new merch. I need to get a new. I haven't ordered anything in a while. Now you guys can tell I'm getting tired. I can barely talk at this point. Thank you for the $5 chili. The site had been evacuated a long time ago. Senior advisor. So they were like, "Nigga, we already know y'all about to attack our. We're not buying the 2-week nonsense. We know y'all about to bomb, and they've been evacuated." I'm glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm not even bullshit. I'm so fucking happy to hear that their nuclear facility wasn't fucked up because that's their biggest line of defense. Brian, I just saw this chat. Brian Belton said Scott Ritter is dead to me. Dude, man, that's crazy, man. I don't know. Do you guys remember the conversation I had with Scott Ritter on RBN? And this motherfucker sounded like a revolutionary talking about destroying the U.S. empire. and they accused black people of code switching. Like, remember, Scott Ritter came on our show. This motherfucker was roasting Israel. He was roasting the United States. He was like, "Damn the United States." And after that conversation, I was like, "Man, dude, Scott is base as fuck." Because you got to go back and watch that conversation. And he turned just like that. It's crazy how these people do this. Like, it's so sick. Like, you guys know, I'm not tripping. If Scott Ritter was on our show and he would say some bullshit, you guys think I wouldn't call him out like I did Shahid Bolson? You guys think I'm scared of conflict? Motherfucker, I'll call him out like I did Ro Khanna, Marianne Wilson. But he was on point. So it's crazy how people code switch like that. You know what I mean? It's to me, it makes me very uncomfortable that people can do that. I don't understand.
Y'all stop giving him the benefit of the doubt, saying like, "Look, I know a lot of people. I know the empire threatens people and blackmail people and all this and that." No, some people are just fucked up. I mean, he was in the fucking military. He has to have this type of mindset to even join the military in the first place and to take up for it. Yeah, you don't just lose that type of mindset. You have to be reprogrammed. And I doubt Scott Ritter has been re-educated on anything. You know, he's an old man. He know what the hell is going on. He know exactly what he's backing up. He know exactly the atrocities that we cause across this damn globe. You don't like what would they have on him? What would they have on him in the first fucking place? Like, come on now.
Let's continue. We get a lot more super chats coming in as we speak. Trump supporters are already blaming him. Blaming Iran. That's what I see from the Trump talking heads, for sure. I would love to see what the average American really think. I think people are going to be very upset. The talking heads are going to do what they do. I think, I don't know if all of them been evacuated. We have confirmed that a few of them have been. What's this that you put in the chat, Zoya? Let me read some more super chats first. Iran played chess. They should not respond right away. They have an objective and need to continue it. The bombing is a diversion tactic. That's a great point too. I think that's a pretty good point. However Iran responds, it's not for me to say. Like, they got military strategists that I'm sure will come up with a better plan than me. And I think that would be a great plan. What I'm saying is if Iran doesn't do anything, they're damning their state for a never-ending war. I know people hate war, I know, but there's a point where you have to draw the line to protect the future of your society. You know what I mean? Nick, do you think, damn, this super chat is really not ending. I appreciate you guys. It's really not ending. Nick, do you think the assassinations on Trump were fake? Hell yeah. I told you guys at the time, a lot of that shit wasn't adding up to me. So either two things are true. Either, and I will accept either one of them. There are two outcomes I can set that true. Either the United States tried to assassinate Donald Trump, or the assassination was rigged. Why? Because anyone who understands how Secret Service works and how the defense of the president, they do a complete perimeter scan of the area. And then there are people who literally filmed the motherfucker aiming at Trump. They filmed him going up the stairs. You tell me that Secret Service didn't see this coming? So that's why there's only two legitimate things that happened. Either the United States tried to assassinate Trump and the shooter choked and missed, which is a conspiracy, or it was a psyop. It was a fake assassination attempt. These snipers, they're really good at shooting, bro. They can shoot fucking a child miles away. They're over like a mile away. So you can easily get a sniper trained to have a bullet miss Donald Trump. They are literally that good, guys. They take drugs that stabilize their muscles. Like the training that snipers get is very impressive. So they can easily have some motherfucker that would train to do this. So those are the only two explanations I'll take. Rome, any thoughts? Zoe, I know I'm ranting, but I'm trying to get through this.
And to I mean, yes, you can say, oh, well, to say he's against the deep state, but dude, how the fuck can anybody fall for that when look at his cabinet? Look at his cabinet. Look who's funding him. How can you ever come with that conclusion like, oh, he's against the deep state? Nigga, what? you are swimming in the swamp. you are swimming in the swamp. But whether those assassination attempts was real or fake, it got him what he needed. It got him his base riled up. It got some liberals joining his cause on his side. So, hey, it is what it is. It really don't even matter if it was real or fake because, hey, we're here today. You know, do
you want to say anything?
Yeah. No, I think that take from Rome is based because first off, he's correct. We focus too much on this rather than the outcome, and the outcome is we are here. But if I had to speculate, and it is speculation, I think all of it's fake. I think 9/11 was an inside job. I mean, there's so much sus stuff. I think the Kansas City bombing, the Boston bomb, like all of these things. Will get such overreactions from the empire and are always used for justification to take our rights away. Because, like, what the fuck is a domestic terrorist? Someone protesting a cop city is now a domestic terrorist. Yep. Indigenous water protectors are now domestic terrorists. Like, somehow all our rights keep disappearing every time one of these false flags happens. And even the USS Liberty, which Israel bombed, I have heard testimony of survivors saying that the United States completely knew and set them up for it, and that they just didn't expect them to survive and tell the tale because the ship was supposed to sink, but miraculously was rescued. So even Pearl Harbor, like, I'm not saying the Japanese didn't attack. I'm saying that these people know what's coming and let it happen, so they have an excuse for these wars.
I mean, look at January 6th. They used that to give the police billions of fucking dollars in one of the most the biggest civil rights fights in our time. They gave the police billions of dollars, but they needed a reason, you know what I'm saying, to like, okay, people are on the streets. They scream about police brutality, George Floyd, blah, blah, blah. How are we going to get this money to the police? How can we make this look good? Like, hey, look, January 6th, we have a whole bunch of people run up in the Capitol and act like they was going to overthrow America. And these people say, oh, these people try to overthrow America. These people try to overthrow America. Like I said.
Do they have a GoFundMe?
If they fuck around, if they overthrew America, we would overthrow America again. Because you telling me that's all it takes is to run in the Capitol building and hold a couple of politicians hostage, even though there was no politicians in there. That's all it's going to take to overthrow America. Like, miss me with the bullshit. Y'all just needed a reason to give the police billions of fucking dollars while people was on the ground in the millions, calling for the end of police brutality, calling for end of qualified humanity, and all this shit. They just needed a reason, and they're gonna have other reasons in the future. I'm pretty sure America is gonna bomb themselves. More likely, it's gonna be Florida to try to, stir up some more shit with a war. They have done this before. They had plans on this before. They was gonna bomb Florida, blame it on Russia, blame it on Cuba and Russia, just to go to war. So yes, I believe that. It's either Florida is going to be attacked, New York is going to be attacked, or California is going to be attacked. It's going to be one of those, or they might hit Michigan waters. They might hit Michigan waters just to get people riled up. Like, oh, we got to kill these people now. Like, no, it's the same motherfuckers who's killing them who's killing us.
If you guys think I'm crashing out right now, I cannot wait. Like, this stream apparently never gonna end. I cannot wait to look at these reactions. If you think I'm crashing out, bro, listen to what Kim Iverson just said. For the first time ever, I'll be voting straight Democrat in midterms just to signal my absolute disgust with this administration's betrayal. Bro, you guys thought I was crashing out? Guys, by the way, don't do this. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Do not fucking do this at all. This is the worst advice you could possibly give in his situation. This is our time to build an anti-war movement, not vote Democrat, dumbass.
But that's the whole point. They tell you to oppose empire by voting for the other side of empire.
Yeah. I think this is a funny ass crash out. And I see the Democrats are warmonger too. Like, the thing is, like, I understand her anger though. You know what I mean? I obviously strongly disagree with the point that she is making, but I understand what she's trying to say. You know what I mean? But absolutely do not do what she just said there. This is to us from Sarah. The strikes on Fort Dole was both ineffective. This is our friend from RBN and DD. My good friend Sarah. No, she's not joking, bro. Like, her follow-up tweet explains her logic. Maybe I should show you guys the full logic. She said, our only power? You guys
propagandist.
Kim Iverson is an anti-communist. You guys know that, right? She's anti-socialism. You guys see what capitalism does to your brain? It fills your soul with nihilism. We got no power. I gotta vote for Kamala. I gotta vote for Pete Buttigieg. We have no other power. I'm sorry, I don't want to shit on Kim Iverson, but you guys see how I hate almost every single fucking influencer that's not post-duopoly? They all fucking annoy me. I can easily pick apart all the people that people like. You know what I mean? Kim Iverson was always one of those people I never stand. There's a reason why you guys never see me interview her. I never was interested in talking to her. He was always a
weakness on a proletarian, and then say, "Oh, this is our only power," or "Our power." Like, we have all the power in the world to do what the hell we want. We know what needs to be done. Like, let's stop acting like people don't know what needs to be done. People have the power to do it. They keep saying it. Oh, somebody needs to do it. Somebody needs to do it. Right? Luigi did it. Well, allegedly. We got a couple of motherfuckers out here that's doing the real work that needs to be done. Hey, you can't sit here and negotiate with terrorists. I just told you on my last stream, I'm not negotiating shit. I'm not negotiating women's rights, human rights, black, nothing, none of that. There's no debate. Shoot them. Get them out of power. Run them in the goddamn oceans. Like, what you mean our only power? We have all the power to do what needs to be done, but they keep on pushing this weakness on the proletarian. Like, we don't have any power to stop this. That's the fuck we do. That's the fuck we do. The problem is you guys don't have the heart to pull it off. You don't have the heart to stand up to these war criminals, and now you're going to put your weakness on all of us and say our only power, we are powerless. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Anybody has the power to overthrow any country is the proletariat of America. All of us have weapons. All of us know our neighborhoods. The only thing that's holding us back is the individualism. I'm a liberal. I'm a socialist. I'm a communist. I'm a capitalist. I'm a this. I'm a this. I'm a that. Like, no, you are a poor motherfucker under the fucking empire's fist. You are getting bitch slapped by the empire every fucking day. Like,
dude, these independent channels, and the reason why I'm mad is because people like Kim Iverson is way more influential than we are. You guys see the nihilism they install into the working class, the nihilism they install into people. It's very toxic, man. And this is very prominent. I didn't finish the tweet. Look, our only power. You guys see, we can immediately break down those 3 words in Destroyer, but let's continue. Our only power is to keep handing losses to each side. How has that been working thus far, dummy? Bro, you realize, Kim Iverson, that every 4 years one party loses, right? Has that changed them? I'm sorry, I need to calm down. Our only power is to keep handing losses to each side when they fail us. At some point, they will get the message. Oh, Jesus. She said at some point they will get the message. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to crash out. I'm crashing out right now.
But Nick, to your point, the reason she has more influence than you is precisely because she pushes this message.
Exactly.
They fence riders, man. They don't pick us out. They keep on going over here and over here and over here. And then what you gonna do in 4 years when Democrats are, trying to go to war with China or whoever the fuck else we want to pick on at this time? Like, what's gonna be the fucking thing then? Oh, I'm just gonna vote Republican then. I'm gonna no. And you see these people, they just don't even bring up third parties at all. They don't bring up third parties at all. Like, that's not even a fucking thing. The thing is, what she should have said was everybody should leave Democrats and Republicans and start a party on their own. Join the Green Party, join independents. You know what I'm saying? Make an anti-war party. Something like that. But no, it's always going back and forth. Here we go. Treating your ass like a ping pong again because they know you stupid enough to fall for it. Because you stupid. First of all, you were stupid enough to vote for Hillary Clinton. You were stupid enough to vote for Barack Obama. You were stupid enough to vote for Trump. You were stupid enough to vote for all of these things. And then y'all keep going back and forth. When these people don't please you, then you go over here and get treated the fucking same. None of what you wanted was handed to you. All of these promises, they ain't even give you. Where the fuck my $600 at, nigga?
Zoya, you wanted me to share these tweets. These are great tweets from our good friends at DD Geopolitics. You guys see why I always have Sarah on. They do a great job reporting on geopolitics. Zoya, do you want to present this? Do you have anything you want to add to this? Because I see the headline says Russia and Iran are fighting the same forces. Do you want to chime in on that?
I just show all 3 of the tweets in a row and play what Putin is saying, which is very short. It's like a minute, and then we can chime in.
Okay. Oh, there's a video. So I didn't see that video.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play the video. Then I'll read some super chats, and then I'm getting fucking tired. But I'm gonna play this video, read some super chat. We're gonna react to the video, listen to some super chat. Oh no, man, we see.
Во-первых, в этой связи мы всегда выполняем все наши обязательства. То же самое происходит на российско-иранском треке. Мы поддерживаем Иран в борьбе за его законные интересы, в том числе.
Explains how Russia will always support Iran in their interests, including having peaceful nuclear energy. That way you talk about thus far.
В борьбе за его интересы по мирному атому. И мы всегда занимали эту позицию. Принципиальная наша позиция в данном случае и в этом конфликте не поменялась. Кто говорит, что мы должны были бы сделать больше, что больше? Начинать какие-то боевые операции, так что ли? У нас и так идут боевые операции с теми, которых мы считаем противниками тех идей, которые мы защищаем, и тех, кто создает угрозу для Российской Федерации. А это в основе своей, в принципе, одни и те же.
He explains how these forces that Iran is fighting is essentially the same forces that Russia is fighting. And I'm gonna say this, and Zoya and Rome, you can respond. I really, really hope that Putin knows what he's doing. Putin has been batting 1,000, motherfucker. This motherfucker took Russia that was broken, a poor, broken country post-Soviet Union, and now they're a global powerhouse. So I am not someone who doubts Putin, because this motherfucker is a great statesman. But I really, really hope he knows what he's doing, man. That's all I'm going to say.
Because I'm not sure. I really hope he knows what he's doing.
While you queue up the next tweet, which is still more of Putin's commentary, I mean, first of all, most people don't research what Putin actually says before going like, Russia do something, Russia do something. Russia is doing something. And what a lot of the Russian troops said during the fall of Syria is that Russian military men are very proud warriors, and they don't understand like running from a fight. And they said that Syrian troops themselves walked away and wouldn't fight. So there was nothing they could do. When the Syrian army itself is surrendering, Russian troops on the ground who are there to support can't just fight the whole thing for them.
Yeah, and this is the video where he explains that that it was Iran. Let me play, because I actually haven't seen this video. I guess it's good for me to see it.
Когда-то предлагали нашим иранским друзьям поработать в области системы ПВО.
Dude, that's so fucking base, dude. So Putin literally like, hey, Iran, man, we got your back, bro. Iran like, bro, we got this. Let's see, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that, but we see.
Ну, так большого интереса тогда партнеры не проявили. Ну, и все. Что касается договора, о котором мы сказали, о стратегическом партнерстве, там нет статей, связанных с оборонной сферой. Это второе. А третье, наши иранские друзья об этом и не просят. Так что практически...
Man, I really hope they know what they're doing. I'm rooting for them. I really hope they know what they're doing. I'm not going to be an armchair quarterback because they obviously know more about military than I do. But I really hope they're not getting lulled to sleep. I really hope they're not, man. I guess I'll try to be optimistic because it seems like a lot of you guys are. But I'm very scared for my Iranian brothers and sisters, my Russian brothers and sisters, my Chinese brothers and sisters that are going to face aggression in 2027 over Taiwan. I don't know, man. I'm just scared for these people, man. Let me continue some super chats, man. This is one hell of a stream, wasn't it? Completely unplanned, over 2 hours long. I'm surprised I still got a voice at this point.
Somebody
I'm gonna read some super chats. Go, Zoya and Rome. If you guys want to say anything, feel free.
Somebody said, "See, guys, even Russians are white. So what's the beef? The beef is Putin didn't back down when it came to giving his power away. Like a lot of people don't realize that America is the reason why we got Putin. Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, they coached Putin. They coached Putin on how to take over Russia. They coached Putin throughout his whole fucking thing. And when he got his power, he said, "Thank you, bitch," and I'm out. That's why we have beef with Russia, because he was supposed to be the motherfucker go in and give up all the power, give up resources and all this shit. But when he got his power, he turned around, stuck up his middle finger up to Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and said, "Fuck you." That's the reason why, and that's another reason why the liberal media is pushing so much hate on Putin, is because he was smart. Because if you do that to me, I mean,
I mean, to be fair, Putin did try to work with the West on equal terms. He said we can be equal partners. He even said that Russia can join NATO. They tried to move forward, but the empire wouldn't let him, because they had an agenda to privatize and rob Russia. And they thought they could make a cuck out of him. And once they refused to do things diplomatically, Putin started doing things strategically. But there are many other interviews with Putin besides just the few I sent to Nick, which you guys should listen to what's coming out of the horse's mouth instead of trusting mainstream propaganda. And Putin talks about the fact that he offered Iran defenses. He offered Iran support. Iran declined. So you guys can't be getting mad at Putin and at Russia when it was Iran's choice. And Iran, I'm not a mind reader, but for whatever reasons, probably because of the liberal forces inside of Iran trying to normalize relationships with the West, they declined. So it's on Iran. It's not on China. It's not on Russia. Whatever they can do to support infrastructure, sharing intelligence, build defense on the ground. They've done what the maximum they can. But Iran is a sovereign nation. Russia can't just be like, well, we're going in anyways. Then they would be America.
Yeah. I'm kind of tired, so I'll turn my camera off. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm tired. But I'm going to read some super chats. I'm going to do audio only for the rest of the stream. Dude, we got a lot of super chats. I appreciate you guys. And we got 1,000 likes. You guys know that? Like just not even views, over 1,000 likes on this one stream just on YouTube. On YouTube and X, 9,300 people watching. So much love to everyone. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let me continue super chats. Definitely want to read all of them because we got a lot of great support tonight. This from the Marjorie Taylor Greene statement. This is how far back I am. You can tell how far behind I am on super chats. Notice how Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think that was supposed to say, right, qualifies her statement along party lines like the Dems do. You all just, that's what we were saying as well. Rome, with the words of Lenin, always adds democracy for whom? We had democracy for the bourgeoisie. Very well said. Israel has long had carte blanche within the U.S. military, so they can get targeting data directly from them without having to check on the Pentagon. Absolutely. Guys, I think it's useful for us to highlight, for propaganda reasons, that we are an occupied country. I find that saying that is a good way to win people over. But we understand that the United States and the Israel entity are intertwined. Benjamin Netanyahu, it's actually wrong when people say Benjamin Netanyahu owned the United States. It's a joint operation. Benjamin Netanyahu is not the boss of Trump. Trump is not the boss of Netanyahu. They are partners. But with that said, I do think people should say that the United States is occupied by Israel because it's good propaganda. Do you guys agree or disagree? Because to me, technically, you can make the argument that they're the same thing. But Americans need to be woken up that our country and our politics is fake. Do you guys agree with that? But anyway, that's been my mindset.
I want to comment on that. I see what you're doing. You know, Nick and I are good buddies, and honestly, like, we don't even have to talk to each other. We're like on the same page. And I like what you're doing. I mean, we were organizers, right? We went out there and campaigned for Bernie. We know how to talk to the masses. Yeah, you have to have strategy because their minds are so colonized. You can't just jump right into Marxism. You can't start there. You first gotta win them over by appealing to their prejudices and then breaking through them. And Nick is surgical with that shit. And I love the way that you troll the right and make them feel like pussies. I see what you're doing. Like, oh, you bitches for Israel now? Oh, you big fat guys.
I know I'm going to be blacklisted, and I don't care. You need someone, and unfortunately, Americans only react to shame. You got to make people feel ashamed that they vote for Donald Trump. And then as activists, we did this on 10 demands. I did this when I gave my health care speeches. I did this while I'm knocking on doors. We did with Rome. We have our integrity doesn't change, but we can tailor our message to our audience. So even though I don't like saying that Benjamin Netanyahu runs the United States, but it's very effective to highlight how we are occupied, because technically we are, by people who have a broken, corrupt Zionist system. That's the point I'm making. You guys know I got much love. I'm so glad you joined us today, Zoya. I'm so glad you joined us.
I've been pent up. You know, I've been booking you guests for like almost a year and never coming on. But like, I've been sitting there like biting my tongue, and like, that's it. We got no more time to waste as the working class. Like, the kids' gloves are coming off. I can't wait like decades longer to see the same cycles repeat over and over again, to watch another generation be indoctrinated. We need to take back our power. They have convinced you. People like Kim, Iverson, all these influencers have convinced you we have no power except to vote. That is ridiculous. We make everything. We, the workers, make every goddamn thing. Nothing in this country runs without us. We have all the power. It's these assholes, these capitalists, these imperialists, these Zionists, whatever you want to call them. It's the people. Who is it? You don't have to get into conspiracy theories. It's the people on the mega yachts. I don't care what religion they are. I don't care what background they are. It's the people holding the power. They are the targets. They are the ones robbing the working class of their wages, robbing the working class of their resources, and convincing you guys you have no power, and then distracting you with Netflix and over objectification and exploitation, like Nick covered, OnlyFans. Like OnlyFans is not empowering for women. I'm sorry. Like sex workers should never be denigrated. That's a whole. I agree with not calling them sex workers and not blaming the victim that's being exploited. Absolutely. But the true empowerment was what Soviet Union did, which is house them, give them job skill training and healthcare. They actually took care of them. It's not empowering to force people to exploit themselves, but we have become so accustomed to getting exploited ourselves that we want to defend people to exploit themselves sexually. And it's disempowering to women. There's millions of women now making an income on OnlyFans. Do you think like any little girl was playing, like being little, going like, you know what, I want to grow up to be an OnlyFans model? We're not making dreams come true. We're not supporting people in their empowerment. This isn't liberation. This is just justifying how the empire exploits other workers. And we need to get past all of this. And we need to be able to organize general strikes with Republicans, with liberals, with whoever, because whatever prejudices they hold, that's indoctrination. They're in a cult. We got to get people out of the cult. And the way to bring them into this thinking, the way it was done in any revolution, in China, in Cuba, in Russia, was first you organize, first you house people, first you feed them, and then you tell them why their support of the oppression of others is misguided and who the real enemy was. And that's true empowerment.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to share something here real quick. I'm gonna read some more super chats. So what? How I leave off? Yeah. What the fuck, dude? There's so much super chats. I literally lost on spot, just like that. Anyway, I'll start here. No one state sponsor of terror equal the United States. Absolutely, dude. I see, bro. There's so many. These reactions are crazy, dude. Man. Oh my god, there's so much to cover, bro. We were like 2.5 hours in. I still didn't get everything. Hold on, I need to share this. Oh, what's that again?
Eric, yeah.
Hold up.
But look, of course they're going to send the police and the military, but you guys got to be willing to live and die for something. Like, I think we had it good enough. We had it good enough here in America, and I think that we should focus on building and making sure that the next generations can live comfortably. Like, okay, they're going to send the military, they're going to send the police. Create your own military, create your own police. Get out there in your neighborhoods, find some strongholds. There's people out there with military mindsets that'll make this shit happen. We have people right now going at the ICE. We have people right now going after the FBI, the CIA, and all these alphabet groups. So, yeah, it's people out there that's willing to fight, that's willing to die for a better life. But that's just something that you gotta have to have in your heart. You gotta be programmed with that. So, yeah, it don't matter if you are protesting peacefully. It doesn't matter if you are protesting, if you are starting riots. They're still going to send the military and the police after you. So it don't even matter. You guys can get out there with your signs and all them Kumbaya songs, but that shit don't matter. The police still gonna shoot you with a rubber bullet. So now what? Now what? Is you gonna fight fire with water, or you gonna keep on going out there, and being a piece of wood to their fire? You just throwing yourself into their fire. Like, come on now.
My bad, guys. I had something come out. I had to send a response to somebody. That's why I had to dip for a second. Let me continue the super chats. That's never going to end, apparently. I appreciate you guys. I lost where I was, too. Israel has... Oh, I already read this. Holy fucking shit, dude. These super chats are crazy. Let me go. Did I read this one? Trump is an Israeli plant put in power by Zionists. Y'all don't think I read that one. Well said. Scott Ritter said the only reason we were against Palestinian genocide. Did he really say that? Because we hated Israel? I don't know about that one. Trump is MAGA. I'm MAGA. Impeach Trump now. The 500-year-old white. The only reason I say that because I saw a tweet. I saw a tweet where Scott Ritter was just calling out for someone in the Trump administration. You know what I mean? So I gotta be careful because I feel like I don't know. Someone just said that Scott Ritter supported it, and I saw a tweet where he was criticizing it. So I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, why are you guys lying? I just saw a tweet where Scott Ritter was like nailing the Trump administration for bombing us. So I gotta be very careful while I read here. Apparently, I don't know when did he say that? Because that's a crazy thing to say, especially considering that he was against the genocide. Well, I gotta be very careful while I comment. I don't want to trash the guy if he actually didn't say some things you guys are saying. Thanks for $10, Otto. That 500-year-old white empire is dying, and the new world is struggling to be born. I can see that. Right. I think we finally almost done. We got like maybe 5 or 6 more. Remember the censorship during the pandemic encouraged her to vote Republican. Oh my god, I remember that, dude. She literally at the pendulum swing, she literally just switches party like a dumbass. Like the people who switch parties, the people like Tulsi Gabbard, I explained this before, are the dumbest people in politics. Imagine trusting the system so much that you keep switching teams. Like I voted Democrat until I realized it was a sham. My last vote for a Democrat was 2012 when I voted for Barack Obama. Once I realized that the Democratic Party was a sham, I was out. Like the idea I was going to switch to the Republicans, that's absurd. And people do that all the time. That's what Kim Iverson does. But let's move on. We almost done. I think this is our longest stream of the year thus far.
Oh yeah.
Ineffective. Like, I can barely talk. You guys sound like dinner slurring my words and shit. I'm tired. The ineffective American bombings may be to give Israel a way out, since Iran is beating them like a red-headed stepchild. I saw a statistic that said 1/3 of Tel Aviv was either damaged or destroyed. 1/3 of Tel Aviv, which is
not enough.
Not enough. The thing is, if you was to watch Fox News and these pro-war propagandists, and I've seen plenty of them, they keep saying stuff they keep saying that Iran was ineffective against Israel. Like it's the most blatant propaganda ever, where they try to convince their viewers that Israel will be successful, because as I have to say 1,000 times, in order to sell war, you got to sell that your side is winning. So they are actually saying that on Fox News that Iran hasn't done anything. All right, only a few more chats. I feel like you guys are sending more super chats just to troll me at this point. Thanks for $10, Marlon. All working people should register as independent, especially Black and brown people. Create a real independent third party. Call it the Anybody But Bernie Party. Very well said. I'm going to continue to read some of these. U.S. official United States of Israel always has been, but thank you for the super chat. I can't understand a word Trump is saying with Netanyahu's dick in his mouth. Last super chat. Let's go. We finally did it. Here's a conspiracy theory. What if Trump positioned into impeachable so Dems can take control again and launch a combat war against Iran, Russia, and China? No radiation detected from Fort Dow. I like the way you think, but I don't think the establishment is that smart.
Maybe.
Well, if we got JB coming in at the last second, fucking 2 seconds left on the clock. What's popping, brother? What's popping, JB?
What in the hell just happened? I was on the phone with my homeboy for like 3 hours, and then next thing you know, I come online and I'm just like, "Oh, the United States just bombed Iran. What in the world just happened?"
Bro, you was on the phone for the last 3 hours.
Yeah, I missed everything. I've been talking for a long time, so I haven't been on the yet.
Dude, that's so funny.
When you have a phone sex.
JB logged off just for a little bit. All of a sudden, we in the fucking global war. And JB got on the phone like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm sorry, that shit's funny.
I only for 3 hours, and next thing you know, everything's going to hell in a handbasket. What?
So JB, you know I had to go live, bro. Like we this is a 2.5 hour live stream. I don't know if you can't tell, bro. That's how crazy this shit is. You know what I mean? That 2.5 hour live stream. We had like 70 super chats, 1,000 like, bro. This is big. This is gigantic. So JB, you got a lot to catch up on, bro. This stream is 2.5 hours, and I didn't cover everything I want to cover. I'm seeing news and tweets and fucking news. I have to end this eventually. Jesus Christ, we can't go all night. I could, I guess. We could, I guess, but I'm fucking about pass out. JB, what were your thoughts? I see you just now discovering everything that's going on, bro. You got a lot to catch up on. You got so much to catch up on. It's so crazy. That the fact that you was on the phone the whole time cracks me up. I don't know why.
Bro, World War III started. This is World War III. We're here.
Yeah,
we're here. We've been how like all y'all, Zoya, Nick, Rome, Savvy. We have been warning people forever, and now you got some people go. I'm not gonna name names, but some people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna vote for the Democrats in the midterm." Like, what in the world is wrong with you? This is exactly what they want. They want you to stay with the duopoly so they can keep doing the same thing over and over, just from different parties. Like, get it through your fucking head. This is exactly what they want. And then and now we got this war with Iran, and guess what? They're gonna start drumming up more support. They're trying to send our young people to die for a state, and this is what's going on right now. Lord,
JB, I wish we could. Gotcha. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this. I don't know next time you're doing a show, but I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this. Bro, I've been fucking crashing out all night. Like, if you missed the stream, bro, I've been crashing out all night essentially. I already did my. I'm too tired now. But I was crashing out, bro. Like, this is crazy.
Like, my thing is, like, I have a friend. She's Muslim, and she's like, they're gonna destroy some of the most historical areas in the Muslim world, not just in the Muslim world, but just the ancient world, in a place like Iran. And then like 90 million people live in Iran. And so we're gonna do to them like what we did to what our government did to Iraq.
Yep.
These are lives. And these corporations are toying with our lives like we're a bunch of pawns on a chessboard. These corporations are anti-human. These corporations these powers need to, because they're gonna destroy us all. That's exactly what's gonna happen. By the way, Rome, side note, you look fly right now.
Oh yeah, man! I finally got to my dreads, man. I went through with it. Good looking, man. It's like,
yeah, man. I just had to come on real quick because I'm just like, I get off the phone. I'm just like, I'm looking at the text messages. I'm like, wait, what?
Is there a JB show coming up soon?
Yeah, there's a JB show happening tomorrow.
Yeah, so we make sure we get your reaction. I can't wait. I'm definitely will be watching. I can't wait to see your reaction. Anything else you want to add? JB, I want to get your any final thoughts before we wrap up, since you joined here late. Anything? Any other?
I just want to pop in for a second.
All right, cool. We can wrap up then.
I got something to plug real quick.
Zoya, feel free. Any final rants? Any final thoughts? I'm pretty checked out. But anything else you guys want to add?
Rome, I'll go after you.
It's I know it's World War III, y'all, but people still need.
That's one hell of a pitch.
Oh my
god! People still need help. So we're still gonna be out there with Fred Hampton Jr. Chicago, July 17th. If you guys, let's say July 16th. Well, obviously July 16th. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. July 16th, we're gonna be out there in Chicago, at the Hampton House. So if you are in Chicago and would like to join, hit us up. If you are in Detroit or Metro Detroit and would like to travel down there with us, let us know ahead of time so we can get a big enough vehicle to travel with everybody back and forth. We are still trying to raise money for more diapers. Oh, and we did get a couple of donations during the stream, so I want to shout out Georgiano for the $40, and it was somebody who sent $50. I think his name was Sam. So shout out to Sam and Georgiano for the $50 and the $40. If you guys would like to donate, damn, I don't even know where the fuck my shit at. We got the oh, where'd it go? We got the links right here. If you can go on my page, Cash App, Tour for the Poor, Venmo, Tour for the Poor, PayPal, Unholy Rome 6, and also donate to save the Hampton House. We got it's gonna be nice. I think Nick said you coming out there. Nick coming out there. I guess. Yep, I got the Care Party coming out there. I got Tour for the Poor coming out there. So it's gonna be nice. We're gonna be out there deep. Right now, we still have about 13,000 something diapers. We're trying to get to 20, but if we just get to 15, I would be straight. And I can start working on getting a U-Haul and food and clothes for kids. Right now, we have all the backpacks and half of the diapers. So if you guys would like to donate, please. I don't even know how to copy these damn links like that, but whatever.
That's Tour for the Poor.
Yep.
We definitely gonna do a heavy fundraising drive, especially the weeks leading up to it, especially on RBN for sure.
Yeah.
I think I still should be able to make it. So I was in Chicago. It's only like a 6-hour drive where I'm at. So I think I should be able to make it. My car to get me.
I'm 4 hours away, so
yeah. All right, thank you guys. We'll wrap up now. I promise. I said that like 40 minutes ago. I'm done. I'm fucking done, guys. Hope you guys. Please, actually, I'm gonna just say, just sign up for Patreon. You know, this was a long ass stream.
Yeah.
A lot of breaking information. We appreciate the super chat, but you guys know YouTube take cut. So if you guys want to support us full throttle, Patreon is the best way to do that. I got a link in the description. That help you guys know that we have clips running again. The thumbnail's been banging again, and we are able to do that because of Patreon. And even though we don't have a lot of capital, I want to make sure I take care of my people. I want to make sure that they're paid, and the best way to do that if you support us on the Patreon. That's how I make sure that we don't take advantage of each other's labor here at RBN. So please support on Patreon so we can pay. If you guys enjoy the thumbnails, like give us a fucking Patreon subscription. That's how we get Greg well fed. Hey, you guys, I'm gonna wrap up now.
Final word. Hold on. I promise I'll make it fast. I know you're.
All right, you get last word. You get last word then. Go ahead, Zoya.
Revolutionaries, haters, whoever's tuning in, whoever is hearing this, we don't have any more time to waste. I don't know what you guys are waiting for. Technocracy is here. Palantir, all of these people are telling you they want to control our behavior. They want to put us into a digital prison, put everything behind a paywall. And it's happening. It's happening one day at a time. They're putting everybody in worse financial straits with inflation. I know so many people who can't afford groceries, who can't afford housing. And these are people who work. You know, don't fall for that propaganda that it's because people aren't working hard enough. And as they're squeezing the working class, we have two options in front of us urgently right now. It's fascism or it's socialism. That is the two directions that this country is going to go in. So fuck your petty differences. Learn to organize with your neighbors. Learn to organize at your workplace. Do it now. I've been saying this shit on RBN for years. That's it. There's no more time to waste. And we don't need pointless violence without a direction. We need organized labor, a militant organized labor that can actually resist this system. And that's not going to happen by tomorrow. You have to start building in your community right now. Right now. There's no more time to waste. Fuck the clicks, fuck YouTube, fuck podcasting, all this shit. People are dying. People are dying abroad and people are dying right here at home, even though it's not live streamed, even though it's not on MSM. There's no more time to waste. There's nothing left for us to hold on to. No one's coming to save you. Voting is not going to save you. Voting is a way of placating now. Even third-party voting, none of the third parties are strong enough. None of the third parties are saying what we need them to say. They're not as militant. They're not as aggressive as we need them to be, considering what we are facing. And none of us are free until all of us are free. That's just a reality. Even China, in Ukraine, in Iran, in Sudan, in Somalia, in Venezuela, everyone is being squeezed. These are our brothers and sisters. The proletariat needs to become like a family. And families fight, and families have differences of opinion, but families stand by each other in the end. We are all being oppressed, and we need to fight for our liberation. And then as family, figure the rest of the shit out with respect for each other's different belief systems, different traditions. It's okay for us to be different people, but we need to fight the oppressors as a united front.
Zoe, I love you, and I missed you. Thank you.
I'm going to die anyway. You might as well do it for something.
Yeah, Rome, any last thoughts? I'm done. I'm seriously done, but I'll let you guys say last thoughts. Go ahead. If you
Yeah. I just want to say, Lee, thank you for the $100 towards the giveaway. And Zoe is right. Shit, y'all out here dying for nothing anyway. You dying for lack of health care. They poisoned your water. They poisoned your kids. They starving your kids. Like, y'all gonna die. You're gonna die anyway. Let's make it worth something, right? Let's let our names ring in the history books of the motherfuckers who actually stopped this shit. You know what I'm saying? Or actually got something going for the future generations to follow. So yeah, you're gonna die anyway. Might as well do it for something.
So no more plugs. JB has a show tomorrow. I may crash it. We see, because there's a lot going on, bro. Because JB has an update. He will update us tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. It was a big stream for us, so thank you guys for watching. Have a good night, y'all. Take care.